World-Defying Dan God Chapter 4381, Shinru Yuanden. What makes Chen Shang wonder the most is, why does he have a fifth-order demon way? What kind of ghosts are Heavenly Dao and Ming Dao? They also have fifth order. He wanted to let the six Fate Souls tell him, but the six Fate Souls did not send him any relevant information. This may require him to feel it himself. Afterwards, Chen Shang talked with Sister Xiaojing and told her of his doubts. Brother, the six life souls may be incomplete. Sister Xiaojing suddenly said to Chen Shang, if it is incomplete, I can't tell you too much. Why do you say that? How can it be considered complete? Chen Shang asked. Aoshi Shenlu is a small life soul, right? Turned into a ***** furnace. Little Jing said, and the six fate souls are not like the Aoshi Shen furnace small life soul. The previous heavenly nightmare small life soul is also incomplete. That's right, Chen Shang agreed with Sister Xiaojing's words. The reason why you are able to make a small life soul is also because of the Aoshi Shen furnace. Aoshi Shen furnace is a very powerful Xiaoming soul, plus brother, you are the person of the universe, so you can create the life soul. Sister Xiaojing said. However, the six souls of life are not yet complete. It's true, Chen Shang sighed, I don't know how long it will take for the six souls to grow up. I have a way. Brother, didn't you say that you want to cultivate Dao Yuanjing and Tian Dao seeds into the soul? Little Mirror smiled. Or else, by the way, let the six souls of life into the six magic mirrors. Among them, let me fuse the six souls of life. Chen Zhang's eyes lit up. If Sister Xiaojing became the soul of the six souls, wouldn't it be good to communicate? The current six souls of life are not conscious, but Sister Xiaojing is conscious. You can give it a try. Chen Shang is also eager to try now. If you succeed, you can open up space inside your soul, and the six magic mirrors can be inside your soul. Sister Xiaojing was very excited to think about it, and said with a little excitement, when the time comes, the six magic mirrors will be there. Can be the strongest defense of your soul. How strong is the defense of the six gods' mirrors? Of course, Chen Shang knows very well that by then his soul will become very strong again. In other words, he doesn't need to practice much at all to have a strong defense. When communicating with Sister Xiaojing, unknowingly, the pill in the Aoshi Shenlu was made, and there were 5 in total. Feeling the temperature of the pill furnace drop, Shinru looked at Chen Shang quickly, because it seemed to have stopped. From Shinru's perspective, it was very difficult to make this kind of pill. Chen Shang stopped, either he failed or he succeeded. Is it done? Shinru asked in a low voice. Of course it is. Chen Shang opened his eyes and smiled. There are 5 pills in total, it's not very difficult. Ah, it's not that difficult. No one of our heavenly nightmare tribe has ever succeeded. Shinru wrinkled her nose and chuckled softly. Brother Shen, what you said is too shocking. Come on, Sister Shinru, have a taste. Chen Shang took out a pill from the pill furnace, and then handed it to the beauty's vermilion lips. Shinru also opened her beautiful lips gently, first gently licked the transparent pill, and then opened her mouth to hold it. I don't know whether she sucked on Chen Zhang's finger intentionally or unintentionally. It was very sultry, so that Chen Shang was upset. After eating the pill, she immediately sat quietly to refine the pill. Sister Shinru, what kind of pill is this called? Chen Shang asked. Brother Shen, this was refined by you, of course the name is yours. Shinru closed her eyes, and she looked very excited at the moment, because she could feel the extremely powerful effect of that pill. This pill originally contains the primordial power, and coupled with the pill soul, the effect is naturally very significant. It's called Shinru Yuanden, Chen Shang said with a smile. Brother Shen, are you deliberately pleasing me? Shinru smiled and said. She opened her eyes, her gentle beautiful eyes contained a little bit of resentment, and she glanced at Chen Shang, which was very attractive. Sister Shinru, what's the effect of this pill? Chen Shang laughed. Although I made this pill, you are the first one to eat it. Of course it is named after him. The effect is very good, and my vitality is obviously recovering. Shinru exclaimed. If you can't say just one pill, it can fully restore my vitality. Is the effect really that good? Chen Shang was also surprised. Brother Shen, if you cultivate from the heavenly nightmare pill king, you might get her attention, you will have more opportunities to borrow her pill. When Shinru said, borrowing, the tone paused a little. She meant to let Chen Shang steal it. After all, she knew very well that King Heavenly Nightmare would not lend a pill. Sister Shinru, if I practice it in front of her, I will be named after the real name of the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King, so that I can please her. Don't you mind? Chen Shang said. Of course I don't mind, you are such a small villain. You have to use this trick twice. Shinru chuckled, do you often use this trick to please girls? Chen Shang just laughed a few times, he did use it. I seem to be fully recovered. This is too fast. Shinru suddenly opened her eyes and exclaimed, Fu Yuan Li is still increasing. My Po Yuan power pool, maybe we are going to break through. Then eat one more pill. Chen Shang handed another pill to Shinru's mouth and smiled, Beauty, eat candy. After Shinru opened her beautiful mouth and ate it, she smiled again and again, showing a sweet and gentle smile as if she had eaten sweets. That's why Chen Shang treats this kind of pill as sugar. Shinru knew very well that only Chen Shang could make this kind of pill. Generally speaking, a pill that only one alchemist can make is difficult for this alchemist to make. But it was different for Chen Shang, he didn't have any hard work when refining, and it was very simple. Brother Shen, this kind of sugar is difficult to refine, so don't waste it too much. Shinru's voice was very gentle, and exhorted, you must also often use Yuanli, after all, you have that little soul, you have to practice more and stay by your side to prepare. Sister Shinru, your primordial power pool should be a little bigger. Chen Shang said, do you need that kind of root to refine this kind of pill? How many do you have? Don't worry, I have a lot. And I can buy it. Shinru smiled and said, I will buy it secretly. Sister Shinru, don't reveal the matter about me refining the soul of life. Chen Shang said. Don't worry, I won't say it. I'll sign a soul contract with you. Shinru knows very well that if it spreads out, it will cost Chen Shang a lot of trouble. At that time, Chen Shang would definitely be targeted by the Fate Soul 6 clan, and among the Heavenly Nightmare tribe and the Heavenly Nightmare orcs, he would definitely be frantically searched for him. Sister Shinru, when will the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King come over? Chen Shang asked, I want to help you break through faster and let you be crowned king as soon as possible. Because the next situation may change a lot, I need your help. Quote. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4382, Block the Door. The Heavenly Nightmare Pill King should be coming soon. Brother Shen, you must be a person who can do great things. What you do must be great. Shinru said, no matter what, I will definitely help. Although she didn't say it, Chen Shang knew that she was very worried about the special pill of King Heavenly Nightmare Pill, because after eating it, she would have the strength of the king's rank. Otherwise, she doesn't even know when to break through. Eating the pill of King Heavenly Nightmare Pill, the power gained can fight against the powerhouses of the 6 Life Soul clan, and can prove their strength. Sister Shinru, is the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King's pill really that useful? After eating it, it will definitely break through. Chen Shang was also curious as to what that pill was like. Really useful, Shinru nodded and said, she never lied, but it's a pity that she is also very attached to that pill. Is there any example to prove it? Chen Shang frowned, I can't just believe that the pill is useful because she is trustworthy. My father said, and several princes have said. In addition, the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King is very popular and beautiful, so what she said should be true. Shinru said. You are too naive, right? Chen Shang pouted, just because she looks good and popular. You think her pill is useful? Her pill is not for us to eat, she wants to eat it herself. And she wanted to eat that pill and die with a strong person from the 6th clan of Life and Soul. Shinru sighed softly. Some Wangju persuaded her and asked her to give the pill to the junior, so that our Heavenly Nightmare tribe could have one more powerhouse, but she refused. Okay, Chen Shang said, Sister Shinru, you first refine those vital energy, and then you can understand the soul, and see if there is any way to cultivate the soul. You must not let the hope of breakthrough. They are all pinned on a pill that has never proven its efficacy. I know, Shinru smiled softly, if that pill is useless, there is Brother Shen. Brother Shen is so clever in alchemy, he will definitely be able to refine a pill that allows me to break through. Chen Shang just smiled, he doesn't even know where Shinru's bottleneck is now, so he can't say what pill he wants to practice. Sister Shinru, have you collected the G-beads I need? Chen Shang asked, if I collect them, I need to leave for a while and send the G-beads back. I will let my clone come to you, and I will arrange for my clone to do it. Shinru said. There are many clones of her, although most of them consume a lot of vitality, but they can still act. Shinru's clones are all altar masters, and the speed of collecting DZI beads through these altar masters should not be too fast, so now Chen Shang only needs to wait for those clones to come over. Not long after, Shinru's clones came one after another. They were all beauties. They were all queuing up and gave Chen Shang a lot of magic treasures for storage, which contained a lot of DZI beads. Brother Shen, if you still need it, I will let them continue to collect. Shinru said, it doesn't take anything for me. At most it is to open the altar and let them stay in the altar for a while, and then just collect G beads. Tianma people all want to enter the altar to practice. In the past, they needed Tianyuan crystal, but now Shinru has changed to collecting DZI beads, so they will be able to collect them soon. Heavenly Nightmare people are very strong. They go to dig G beads very quickly. For them, G beads are of no use, and it is easy to get them. You only need to collect a certain number of DZI beads to enter the altar for cultivation, which is equivalent to earning nothing. More than 30 trillion DZI beads, enough. Chen Shang asked Sister Xiao Jing to count, and gathered in the 6 magic mirrors. Next, he will use 6 divine mirrors to seal the space door, in order to negotiate terms with the Heavenly Nightmare clan. Chen Shang asked Sister Xiao Jing to create a domineering dragon-carved mask, and then left Lei Yueden. Before leaving, he gave Shinru a messenger talisman. The Heavenly Nightmare people have not mastered the messenger talisman for refining the Aoshi universe, and they still need some time to adapt, so when they are in contact, they need to pass some special sound transmission array methods. Shinru gave a lot of Heavenly Nightmare Yuanshan Chen Shang, because Chen Shang wanted to help her refine the Heavenly Nightmare Yuandan. Anyway, his Holy Soul Pill puppet was very idle now, so he let the Holy Soul Pill puppet refine it. Chen Shang left Leiyu Temple and immediately hurried to the location of the space gate. That space door was smashed down by a dragon egg, and now it is a very huge sinkhole. When Chen Shang rode the 6 God mirror and flew past, he could still see a large number of shuttles flying out of the huge sky hole. Sister Jing, it's up to you. Chen Shang said. The 6 Gods mirror flew to a high position, and then suddenly became bigger. The mirror surface floated many pictures, as if countless mountains and rivers were pouring out of the huge 6 Gods mirror. Just in the blink of an eye, the Aoshi mountains and rivers are like a mirage, shrouded in the sky above Chalong Island. Many people from the Heavenly Nightmare have seen it, and some of the royal family members of the Heavenly Nightmare even ride a shuttle to fly high in the sky to come into contact with the illusion of the Aoshi mountain and river map. They can't touch it, because it's not real. Above that Tianqing-like space door, the 6 divine mirrors are still getting bigger, and many Tianma people will get close to the past, and they will be blasted away by the powerful energy oscillated from the mirror. The 6 God mirrors absorb a large amount of energy from the G beads, and they are extremely powerful, and after the Aoshi mountain and river map is released at this moment, it can also absorb the energy of the Chalong Island underground G beads. Brother, I have gained a lot. Sister Xiaojing suddenly said with excitement, I have good news for you. Sister Mirror, the power of the 6 divine mirrors is so powerful. Is it crazy to consume DZI beads? How many DZI beads are there? Is it enough? Chen Shang only worried about this now. Those DZI beads are exhausted. Xiaojing's sister smiled. Brother, don't worry. I can absorb the DZI beads from the entire Chalong Island now. The Aoshi Shantu is too powerful, you see, eh? The next scene shocked Chen Shang. Chalong Island suddenly shook violently, and the earth undulated up and down, and then many light-emitting particles rushed out of the undulating earth and gradually floated into the air. The sudden appearance of the vision shook all the Heavenly Nightmare on Chalong Island. The royal family and the upper family wanted to get close to the 6 divine mirrors to investigate clearly, but as the Aoshi Shantu absorbed more energy from the DZI, the stronger the formation formed, they couldn't get close at all. Sister Jing, could it be said, can you absorb all the DZI beads in Chalong Island? Chen Shang was also excited. Of course not. There are too many DZI beads in Chalong Island. I can only **** a small part, but it is enough. Little Mirror said, Brother, these DZI beads can be stored in the 6 Gods mirror, and then wait. If you have time, put the DZI beads into the proud furnace to refine. Made a lot of DZI beads. You can have this. Chen Shang laughed. Brother, I'm about to start sealing the space door. Little Mirror said, 6 mirrors are very strong now, those guys can't get close. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4383, Fire King Thunder King. The 6 divine mirrors floating above the Tianqing suddenly shot a large white light downward. In just a moment, the space gate below the deep part of the Tianqing no longer flew out. Successful. Sister Xiaojing smiled. It's easier than I thought. I will continue to absorb G-beads and store more. Chen Shang was relieved now, and then took out the golden dragon carved mask, and waited for the Lord of Heavenly Nightmare to come to negotiate. This space gate is very important to the Tianmao people, and Chen Shang is confident that he can seal it for a long time. Chen Shang stood on the 6-way magic mirror. The 6 divine mirrors that have grown larger are suspended in the air, just like an island in the sky, with empty surroundings. As long as you fly into the air, you can see Chen Shang standing there wearing a mask. Some powerful heavenly nightmare royals can fly into the air to see Chen Shang, but they cannot land because the 6 divine mirrors will bounce them all away. After half an hour, Chen Shang received a message from Shinru. Brother Shen, a big thing appeared above Chelong Island. Many illusions also appeared to cover the whole Chelong Island. Shinru said, what happened on Earth? Do you know about Chelong Island? That thing blocked it. Our space door. Sister Shinru, how is your situation there? Chen Shang asked, as long as you are not affected, then don't worry. What the asterisk is that? My father has rushed back when he learned of this. Shinru said, I want to investigate some information, and then tell my father. It may be the legendary Red Dragon God Lord. Chen Shang said, the Red Dragon Island is occupied by people, so the Red Dragon God Lord has come. Shinru thought for a while, but also understood, and sighed. We, Leiyuedan, are willing to coexist peacefully with the humans on the island. But not at the Fire Palace. This kind of thing is hard to say. Although the Heavenly Nightmare universe is very strong, there are also strong ones in Aoshi universe. Chen Shang said. Father, they should be able to handle it. Shinru couldn't handle these things by herself, because she knew that the space door was very strong, and the power that could seal the space door could not be shaken by her at all. She also told Chen Zheng's statement to her father, the Thunder King of Nightmare. Chen Shang now also holds the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon Knife, trying his best to release a strong enough momentum to kill the Red Dragon. Because he had been close to the Thunder King before, he didn't want to be recognized by the Thunder King. Before long, there was a huge lightning rushing in the sky, with a terrifying power, and it was accompanied by bursts of lightning and thunder in the surroundings. On the other side, there is a very huge flame, flying from a high altitude, all rushing towards Chen Shang. Sister Jing, can you stop it? Chen Shang felt a lot of pressure. Yes, Little Mirror said, it just consumes a lot of G beads. I just collected a lot of G, and now I have to consume at least half of it. Boom, lightning and flames both impacted on the shield of the 6 gods' mirrors at the same time. The thunder and lightning flames flashed wildly, setting off a wave of thunder and fire at high altitude. Although the movement in the sky above the 6 gods' mirror was great, the 6 gods' mirror, which had become very large in size, did not move at all, and the shield was not rushed away. It is the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King and the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King. Even if they work together, they can't break through the barrier of the 6 divine mirrors. Both the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King and the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King were shocked to the extreme. Because in their cognition, the sanctuary of the Aoshi universe should not have this kind of power, unless it is the Life Soul 6 races. However, the 6 Life Soul races will not block the space gate. The 6 clan of Life and Soul was originally to watch their Heavenly Nightmare tribe fight against the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs. Your Excellency is the Scarlet Dragon God Lord. The one who was speaking was the Thunder King of Nightmare, standing on the shuttle, his voice came down like thunder. You occupy my Chelong Island, and I blocked your space door, isn't that too much? Chen Shang sneered. Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King and Heavenly Nightmare Fire King, they can all see Chen Shang wearing a golden dragon carved mask. Chen Shang also wore a robe, and couldn't see anything at all. Behind the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King is Emperor Shao, and behind the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King is the Mad Emperor. Now that the door is blocked, and the 2 emperors and the main force of the Heavenly Nightmare clan are unable to make it through, then the 2 princes of them are here to face the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs, it is a dead end. This island belongs to you. Is your name written on it? How do you prove that this island belongs to you? The man who was speaking was the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King, and his voice was very sharp. I don't bother to prove it to you. Chen Shang said, you better get off my island, or I will kill all the little ants you brought. Chen Shang really couldn't kill so many heavenly nightmare, but he could scare the opponent. In fact, if the energy of the 6 divine mirrors is enough, it can kill a large number of nightmare people, but the energy required is so much that it is difficult for Chen Shang to collect. How can you remove the seal? Would you like to negotiate terms with us? The Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King seemed to know that Chen Shang was about to negotiate terms. My condition is very simple. You can come out from here, but you can't land on Chalong Island. Chen Shang said, all of you on Chalong Island must leave as soon as possible. He also decided now that even the Lei altar of Shinru could not continue to stay on Chalong Island, because Chalong Island is becoming more and more important. The 6 divine mirrors can absorb the DZI beads of Chalong Island, and there are so many DZI beads on Chalong Island. Why there are so many DZI beads? This seems to be a mystery. You dream, the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King said angrily. You are just low-level beings, why are you talking to us? You should obediently give up this island to us. I made dozens of sounds. If you don't agree, I will permanently seal the space gate. Chen Shang finished speaking and began to count. The Heavenly Nightmare Fire King became anxious, because the other party didn't pay attention to him at all, as if he didn't pay attention to him. If we agree, how do we sign the astral contract? The Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King asked. In his opinion, Chalong Island is not important to their Heavenly Nightmare people, the most important thing is that the space gate can be opened continuously. You two sign a contract with me. If you don't abide by it, you will all have to die. Chen Shang said, I will conclude the contract. Just now, Chen Shang looked at the 6 cultivation directions of these 2 kings, and they all belong to the soul. Soul Fu Dao is at the 15th level. And Chen Zhang's Soul Dao and Fu Dao are both at the 15th level, not lower than them, so signing a soul contract with them is effective. I promise. After the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King said, he said to the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King who was about to get angry, Fire King, you know the temper of your Mad Emperor better than me. If the Mad Emperor blames it, what will happen, you know. Then, you sign an astral contract with me and him. Damn inferior things, wait for me. Wait for the Mad Emperor and them to come over and see how you die. The Heavenly Nightmare Fire King gritted his teeth and yelled at Chen Shang, as he was full of flames at the moment. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4384, All Sides Darkened. The Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King is threatening the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King. If the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King disagrees, then he will definitely file a lawsuit in front of the Mad Emperor, and the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King will definitely be punished by the Mad Emperor. The Mad Emperor and the others were delayed to come to Proud Universe, and because of the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King, they would definitely be angry with the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King. Inferior things, wait for me. The Heavenly Nightmare Fire King uttered cruel words to Chen Shang, and now he can only agree to sign the soul contract. Chen Shang originally wanted to ask for more, but thought that some conditions could not be agreed by the 2 kings at all, so he could only dispel the thoughts. It is already the biggest gain to be able to win Chalong Island right now. Next, the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare and the King of Fire Heavenly Nightmare both signed a soul contract with Chen Shang. Chen Shang just lifted the seal on the space gate, and the 6 divine mirrors were still floating in the sky. Because the 6 god mirrors will continue to release the Aoshi mountains and rivers to absorb the G-beads under Chalong Island. After the space door opened, a large number of shuttles continued to fly out. Chen Shang also didn't have enough power, otherwise he would also block the space door of the Nightmare Orcs and prevent them from coming. He could only block one of them. If he didn't let the Heavenly Nightmare people come over, then no one would fight against the suppressing Heavenly Nightmare Orcs. The Heavenly Nightmare Fire King and the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King also left one after another. They were going to summon their altar masters to evacuate from Chalong Island. Shinru learned the news the first time, and then she immediately contacted Chen Shang with the talisman. Brother Shen, I am leaving Chalong Island. That Chalong God Lord does not allow us to stay on Chalong Island. Shinru sighed softly, we still don't know where to go, let's keep in touch. Sister Shinru, hasn't your father decided where to go? Chen Shang asked. He had also thought about whether the Nightmare race would choose to land on land, but considering that the ocean is the largest in the Saint Profound Star. Moreover, there are now a large number of sky source crystals in the sea, and they will definitely not choose to go to land. With their ability and quantity, it is not difficult for them to fill out islands in the sea. On the side of the Nightmare Orcs, the plan was to reclaim the sea to build an island. My father just said that he would choose a suitable sea area and build an island. Shinru said, maybe, we altar masters also need to build islands by themselves. Have you considered leaving this sea? Chen Shang asked. There are many heavenly source crystals in the sea, and the space gate on the side of the nightmare orcs is on the bottom of the sea, and a lot of nightmare power is gushing into the sea, so we can't leave for the time being. Shinru said. This is the same as Shen Zhang's previous guess, that neither the heavenly nightmare orcs will leave the Kanglan Sea. Sister Shinru, let's keep in touch. If the heavenly nightmare pill king comes over, I will find you immediately. Then you arrange for me to approach her. Chen Shang said. Okay, my father said that other princes will be here soon. The heavenly nightmare pill king should be here soon. Shinru was also very much looking forward to it, because she thought Chen Shang could get the heavenly nightmare pill king's pill. And Chen Shang would also take advantage of this time to improve himself, so that when facing the heavenly nightmare pill king, he would have a stronger strength. Although Shinru said that King Heavenly Nightmare Pill was a very gentle woman, Chen Shang had never seen each other, so she had to guard against it. After all, he was a king, and his strength was still very strong, and Chen Shang had to be prepared. He now has 6 fate souls, but this fate soul is still very weak. The 6 fate souls are in his soul and are also part of his strength. But because he was too weak, he had to be more cautious, and he had to protect this little soul. So what he has to do next is to fuse the 6 fate souls and 6 fate souls together, and let Sister Xiaojing fuse the 6 fate souls. In this way, Chen Shang can learn more about the 6 principles through Sister Xiaojing. Chen Shang contacted the Dakan Gate. Du Hai only said that everything was peaceful, and no heavenly nightmare invaded them. The same goes for the Shen family, but not the Tianmu Holy Palace. The Heavenly Mother Palace Lord told Chen Shang that the 6 sacred gates were operating in secret, and that they had secretly formed a very powerful force. It can be seen that in the sanctuary, only the Heavenly Mother Palace still has enough strength to fight against the 6 sacred gates. Although the Shen family is also very powerful, the elders of the Shen family are under a forbidden curse and their strength is limited. Chen Shang also contacted Bai Junjun, and secretly asked about the situation of the Heavenly Mother Holy Palace. Bai Junjun and Long Shui entered the Heavenly Mother Sacred Palace very early. Bai Junjun trusts Chen Shang very much, so she can reveal to Chen Shang many things that the Heavenly Mother Palace Lord refuses to say. Chen Shang also learned from Bai Junjun that there are many secrets hidden in the Heavenly Mother Holy Palace. For example, the clone of Heavenly Mother has awakened but soon disappeared. The Heavenly Mother Palace Lord did not say where she was going. The Heavenly Mother Palace Lord had reservations about Chen Shang, and people who came from Aoshi Tiandi, such as the women from Baihua Tiandi, although they were received by the Heavenly Mother Holy Palace, they all went to other places, and Long Shui also left. Bai Junjun did not investigate where they had gone. She contacted Long Shui, but Long Shui did not say. Chen Shang then asked Shen Junyi and Zuying again. They also knew that after the women from Baihua came to the sanctuary, although they were received by the Tianmu Holy Palace, they did not know where they went. Zuying is a phoenix, but she has not come into contact with the women of Baihua, so she doesn't know what those women are doing. And Guanying returned to Dakun sect to sit down, and she was also secretly investigating the movement of the 6 holy gates, trying to figure out what the 6 holy gates were doing. Knowing these circumstances, Chen Shang also knew that the nightmare orcs and nightmare people came to the sanctuary, and many things gradually happened. For example, within the Tianmu Holy Palace, great changes have taken place. According to Bai Junjun, the Tianmu Holy Palace has become even more mysterious. Shen Junyi only said that in the Heavenly Mother Sacred Palace, there have been many elders of the Heavenly Mother Soul race, they are all old women. I don't know whether they are from the God's realm or the clones hidden in the Holy Realm. The Heavenly Mother Soul race is also the existence of the 6 families of life and soul. Chen Shang thought of this. The strength of the Heavenly Mother Soul race cannot be underestimated. I don't know how the Shen family is now. Chen Shang was still more worried about the Shen family. After all, the Shen family was cursed, and the 6 sacred gates would very likely target the Shen family. The 6 fate souls are not stable right now. I must make the 6 fate souls safer before I can take risks. As long as Chen Shang preserves the 6 life souls, even if he encounters the worst situation, his strength will not be damaged. The big deal is to reshape his body. Brother Shen, my father said. The Heavenly Nightmare Pill King is here. At present, she is only bringing the altar here by herself. It may be a few days before her men will arrive one after another. Shinru contacted Chen Shang with a messenger. Sister Shinru, I will find you as soon as possible. Chen Shang also wanted to help Shinru become stronger quickly. If she had the strength of Lord Heavenly Nightmare, and took her to fight the 6 sacred gates, she might be able to push it easily. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4385, Palace of Life and Soul. Chen Shang is still above Chalong Island, and he wants to supervise the evacuation of the Heavenly Nightmare from the island. Not long after Shinru contacted Chen Shang, Yan Qing also contacted Chen Shang with a messenger. Brother Shen, are you still on Chalong Island? Yan Qing asked. I'm not here this time, do you have anything to do? Chen Shang worried that Yan Qing was looking for him, so he could only pretend that he was not there. A big event has happened in Chalong Island. If you have time now, I can talk to you. Yan Qing said. Tell me, what's the big thing? Of course, Chen Shang knew what was the big thing, and he planned it. What Yan Qing said was indeed the evacuation of the Heavenly Nightmare from Chalong Island, as well as the 6 sacred mirrors and the proud world mountains and rivers above Chalong Island. Brother Yan, where are you going next? Chen Shang asked. The altar to which Yan Qing belongs is specifically responsible for gathering information. The altar where he is located is full of spies. Therefore, Chen Shang also hopes to get some useful information from Yan Qing. It should be the sea. We all have to build our own islands. Yan Qing said, because there are many heavenly source crystals in this sea, if we want to obtain those heavenly source crystals, we must not stay away from this sea. Brother Yan, we can see each other again in the future. Chen Shang suddenly thought of King Heavenly Nightmare Pill, and asked, by the way, I want to ask Brother Yan, how much do you know about King Heavenly Nightmare Pill? The Heavenly Nightmare Pill King? I have limited knowledge. After all, this is a prince. The information about her is not accessible to people of my status. Yan Qing said, I only know that she is our Heavenly Nightmare. The first beauty of the clan. Many princes have pursued her. Even the Mad Emperor seems to be interesting to her. The crazy Emperor will chase her. Chen Shang was surprised. It's not just the Mad Emperor. I heard that the Emperor Shao of our camp seems to have pursued her too. But the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King kept them out. Yan Qing said, Brother Shen, why are you suddenly asked about this? It's nothing. I went to Layuedan before and heard others talk about it, so I was a little curious. Because I am also a pill cultivator, I want to know more about it. Chen Shang laughed and said, apart from these, what else does King Tianma pill? Is it something known? She has a pill. It is said that as long as you eat it, you can have the strength of the king. Yan Qing said, this is also something that many people know. So many people want to get this pill. Even the nightmare orcs want it all. Chen Shang already knew these, but Chen Shang wanted to verify from Yan Qing. Shinru also talked about the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King, but never mentioned that the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs wanted that pill too. The Nightmare Orcs also want to get it. Where did this news come from? Chen Shang felt a little weird. It's all rumors. Yan Qing said, we little people just listen to these things for fun. Brother Yan, if possible, you can help me investigate the matter of King Heavenly Nightmare Pill. Even all kinds of rumors. Chen Shang said. I will try my best. There will be a period later. Yan Qing said. Goodbye, take care. Chen Shang also said goodbye to Yan Qing. Chen Shang now knows why Shinru is so anxious to get that pill, because everyone is thinking about the pill of King Heavenly Nightmare Pill, so she must act quickly. If someone else gets it, she will miss it. Opportunity. Little master, be careful of the Life Soul Palace. Granny Linglong reminded. You have created a small life soul, and you have done such a big thing here, the Life Soul Palace may already know it. Yeah, that **** Palace of Souls. Chen Shang knew that this was a big hidden danger, and it was caused by the Soul of Souls. If someone from the Palace of Fate Soul appears, you'd better keep a low profile. Unless, your 6 Fate Souls successfully merge with the 6 magic mirrors. Granny Linglong told Chen Shang, because she knew that a small life soul suddenly appeared in Aoshi universe, and the Life Soul Hall could perceive it. I am as soon as possible. After being reminded by Linglong's mother-in-law, Chen Shang now also has to let Xiaomingxun and the 6 magic mirrors fuse, so he can only temporarily stop using the 6 magic mirrors to absorb the DZI from Chalong Island. Putting away the 6 divine mirrors, Chen Shang found a quiet place on Chalong Island, then entered the deep ground to open up a space, and after laying down the barrier, he began to proceed. First let the souls of the 6 souls of life and the soul of the little mirror merge, and when this step is successful, the next step can be started. What made Chen Shang and Sister Xiaojing didn't expect was that they thought it was difficult, but they did it easily, but they didn't expect it. Brother, wait a minute. I need to digest the memories of the 6 fate souls. Little mirror said, I am the 6 fate souls now. Although it was easy, it took 3 days to do it. Next, Chen Shang wanted to refine his Dao Yuan Jing and Heaven Dao seed into his soul, and open up an energy space in his soul. The energy space was opened up with Dao Yuan Jing as the core. This process was also very difficult, and Chen Shang had to proceed carefully. He didn't understand it at first, but Granny Linglong had relevant experience in this regard, because when she was still a powerful cosmic soul, she also opened up energy space by herself. Under the guidance of Linglong's mother-in-law, plus Chen Zhang's own insight, Chen Shang spent several days and finally succeeded. In this way, the 6 magical mirrors will save the interior of his Soul Fu Consciousness Sea, and the Soul Fu Consciousness Sea has been transformed into an energy space. Nowadays, the energy that can be stored is not much, and the storage space is also very limited, and the largest can only be put in a watermelon. What surprised Chen Shang was that after he cultivated the energy space in his soul, he was promoted from the 15th rank to the 16th rank. But he didn't feel any different changes. Chen Shang spent almost 10 days cultivating underground. The Chelong Patriarch suddenly contacted Chen Shang, and said anxiously, Dragon Lord, a group of people have come to Chelong Island. They are not Heavenly Nightmare, and they are very powerful. They want to occupy our Chelong Island. Did they say who it was? Chen Shang asked, is it the 6 holy gates? They said that they are an alliance of the 6 sacred gates and the Fate Soul Palace. In short, they want us this Chelong Island, and they want to drive us away. The Chelong Divine Lord said very sadly, we are too weak. No, Ida's not their opponent at all. Dragon Lord, our Chelong clan is really useless, I'm sorry. This cannot be blamed on the Chelong Divine Lord. Although the Chelong clan itself is very strong, they have been sealed for too long. Moreover, all kinds of powerful forces have come to Chelong Island recently. They are not many in number, and it is normal to fail. It's okay, leave it to me, I will make them look good. Chen Shang said. In fact, his current cultivation level can no longer be judged by the cultivation level of the sanctuary, and now he is mainly looking at the 6 paths of cultivation. The combination of Chen Zhang's 6 cultivation practices is very high. If used properly, his strength in the sanctuary is very strong. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4386, Mirror Clone. Granny Linglong had told Chen Shang before that there was a palace of fate and soul, and there would be actions soon. Sure enough, they really took action, and they also got involved with the 6 sacred doors. Behind the 6 sacred gates is the soul of the 6 races. Although the 6 gods' mirrors were once abandoned by the Fate Soul 6 clan for a while, they seem to have rejoined the Fate Soul 6 clan now. Chen Shang guessed that the 6 sacred gates and the Palace of Fate Soul were still unable to absorb the energy of the Sky Source Crystal, so they all needed G beads. Chelong Island has a large number of DZI beads, and why there are so many DZI beads, these are the precious places of Chelong Island. Although the Chelong clan could not beat the 6 sacred gates, they could still hide, and they were all hiding well now. The Heavenly Nightmare on Chelong Island had already left, and none of the flying shuttles flying out of the Tianqing would land on Chelong Island. So Chelong Island is now empty, and the Life Soul Palace also knows the existence of the Chelong clan, but in their opinion, the Chelong clan has nothing to worry about. The 6 sacred gates and the Palace of Fate Soul all learned from the Heavenly Nightmare that there was a Scarlet Dragon God Lord, but they all dismissed it. They all believed that the Scarlet Dragon God Lord could make the Heavenly Nightmare person back down, mainly through the Red Dragon God Lord. The energy of Long Dao blocked the space door, which made the Heavenly Nightmare make a compromise. But there is nothing to threaten their Life Soul Palace, and their strength is so powerful, there is no need to be afraid of any Scarlet Dragon Divine Lord. In addition, the 6 sacred gates learned that Qinglong Tumodao and Suzaku Rukingsi had appeared here, so they also wanted to occupy this place, and then slowly search for these 2 divine weapons. The seniors of the 6 sacred gates felt that the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon Sword should be in the hands of the Red Dragon Divine Master. After Chen Shang came out of the underground, he immediately contacted the Chief Chelong. Where are those guys? Chen Shang asked. I'm going to find them now. Dragon Lord, go straight. The Chelong Patriarch was a little surprised. I'll go and see how their strength is. Chen Shang said. They sent people here, but they are not all strong people here, I can handle it. The Chelong Patriarch mentioned a location. That place is also a forest, because there is the strongest energy aura of DZI beads, so they think that there are a lot of DZI beads under that location, so they chose that location. Having said that, after Sister Xiao Jing became the 6 destiny souls, she merged with the 6 divine mirrors. The 6 gods mirror has also undergone a lot of changes, especially the improvement in ability. The 6 magic mirrors are hidden in Shen Zhang's soul. Even if the 6 magic mirrors are not released, Chen Shang can still use part of the abilities of the 6 magic mirrors. The 6 divine mirrors turned into a clone. Standing on this clone, Chen Shang could fly in the sky without slowing down. The avatars of the 6 magic mirrors can appear, and it is also one of the abilities that appear after the fusion of the 6 fate souls. According to Sister Xiao Jing, the 6 magic mirrors can now be divided into 6 clones, but they are still very weak, and each clone has 1. If you have cultivated to great success, the clone is also very strong. With the 6 clones plus the deity, there are 7 6-dimensional mirrors. Chen Shang thought that he could achieve this step in the future, and his 6-dimensional mirrors would be invincible. What surprised Chen Shang the most was that the 6 cultivation bases of the 6 magic mirrors were all very even, and all 6 were 20, which was higher than Chen Shang. Brother, I will talk to you about the 6 paths of cultivation again when I have time. Sister Xiao Jing smiled. I have learned a lot now. I have been greatly improved by fusing the 6 paths of life and soul. That's great, Sister Jing, you have become stronger, and I won't have that much pressure in the future. Before Chen Shang, he was only planning to develop a relatively strong soul fu, but he didn't expect it would develop to the present. Although they were all out of his control, they were all in a good direction. Not long after, Chen Shang came to the place where the Fate Soul Palace was. The Fate Soul Palace and the 6 sacred gates were united, but they were not together. They were separated by a distance and were building their own city. This is close to the coast. There are many big ships on the seashore. Can't the guys in the Palace of Fate Soul fly? These guys are too bad. Chen Shang flew around and saw hundreds of large ships staying on the shore. The total number of them was hundreds of thousands, and most of them came to work. It was hard for me to drive away the heavenly nightmare, and here are these guys again. Chen Shang looked at the city they built. The speed was also very fast, and now it has a certain scale. Obviously knowing that there is a red dragon divine lord on Chelong Island, he wants to come here to occupy the territory, really recklessly. Chen Shang flew to the sea. He stopped when the distance was almost the same, and then let himself land on the surface. Never mind, let you try the power of the Baihu Jingyu fan. Chen Shang took out a folding fan, and after unfolding it, he immediately fanned it. He used the Baihu Jingyu fan before and was almost drained, but this time, because he has 6 life souls, he knows what the Baihu Jingyu fan consumes. What Baihu Jingyu fan consumes is the power of Demon Dao, Heaven Dao, and Soul Dao. The wind is the sky. The white tiger is the demon. Can soul power produce a mental deterrent effect? Chen Shang muttered. According to the feedback of the 6 life souls, I used it 10 times in a row, and it was almost consumed. Brother, you don't need the power of Soul Dao now. You can use the power of Demon Dao and Heaven Dao. Sister Xiao Jing said. This can be controlled, you can try it. Chen Shang tried it, and then fanned out a gust of wind, sure enough. He only needs to create a huge tsunami, smash all the big ships, and then destroy the 2 cities on the shore. This is enough, so there is no need to use the power of the soul. Brother, your Demon Dao and Heaven Dao are only level 5. There are only 5 levels of power. Little Mirror said, you use the Baihu Jingyu fan twice to consume 1 level of power. It turned out to be like this. Chen Shang could also sense the power of his 6 ways of cultivation. When the power of the demon way and the heaven was only 1 level left, he stopped. Sister Jing, how do you supplement the energy consumed? Chen Shang asked. I have to continue. I haven't found a quick way to replenish it. I can only recover myself through 6 ways of cultivation. Little Mirror said, brother, the power just now is enough. Chen Shang swung a total of 8 fans. The wind was very strong, and the huge waves that were set off were as high as 100 feet, and all the huge ships washed ashore, and they were seriously damaged when they collided with each other. The 2 cities under construction were also pushed across by fierce waves, and they were seriously damaged. The people responsible for overseeing the 6 sacred gates and Fate Soul Palace built in the city all realized that someone had taken action. Where is the rat? Hide and use this insidious trick sneakily, and come out if you have it. Dare to provoke our 6 sacred gates, are you tired of living? The speaker, listening to the voice, was a woman. Although my Life Soul Palace is not well known, we are not easy to provoke. The man in the Life Soul Palace also spoke, the voice of an old man. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4387, Island Owner. The people in the Palace of Souls and the 6 sacred doors are now extremely angry. Who are they? Except for the Heavenly Nightmare, they are the most powerful force in the sanctuary, and some people dare to come and provoke them. I am the Red Dragon God Lord. Red Dragon Island is my territory, I am the island owner here. The Nightmare people were presumptuous on my Red Dragon Island before, and they have been driven away by me. Where did you native dogs come from? What? Who gave you the courage to be arrogant in front of me? Chen Shang had already put on the golden dragon carved mask. Red Dragon God Lord. Of course, the 6 sacred gates and Fate Soul Palace knew, because there had been such a big movement on Chalong Island before, how could they not know? But they didn't take it to heart. They all believed that the Red Dragon Divine Lord had limited strength and could only block the space gate, or else he would have killed the Heavenly Nightmare people a long time ago, so they were not very afraid. But now, Chen Shang leveled the city they had built as soon as he shot, and even their big ships were washed ashore and seriously damaged. Without a big ship, it would be difficult for them to leave Chalong Island. Life Soul Palace and 6 sacred gates learned that the other party was the Scarlet Dragon Divine Lord, and they were immediately silent. Because they knew that they had underestimated the strength of the Red Dragon Divine Lord before, and now they don't know how the opponent's strength is, but right now they can't shrink back. When they spoke just now, they were very arrogant. If they are counseled now, how can they face their subordinates? You know, they brought a lot of people here, the city they built was washed away, and the big ship was destroyed. If these 2 leaders did nothing, they would definitely be looked down upon by their subordinates. Chen Shang had already calculated that the people who led the Soul Palace and the 6 sacred gates to Chalong Island were not the strongest group, and they had some strength, but they weren't as strong as that. I said, you guys, have you thought about your last words? Chen Shang said, I have given you so much time to leave last words. This is already very kind. The coast that had just been swept by a huge wave echoed with the voice of Chen Shang. Many people were stunned by the huge wave just now. They all reacted now. The terrible huge wave was man-made. When they went to build a city on someone else's site, their leader was so arrogant, and now it's normal to be retaliated against. Lord Chalong, please listen carefully. I am the Zui War Sage, one of the 10 War Sages of the 6 sacred gates. If you are knowledgeable, kneel under my skirt and admit your mistakes. I can make your death more comfortable. Speaking loudly, with a strong murderous tone in his tone. However, to Shen Zhang's ears, this is just pretentious. Zui Battle Saint is a woman, and her strength is indeed very strong, especially since she just released a strong killing intent, which made many people feel terrified after hearing her voice. But Chen Shang didn't feel it at all. Scarlet Dragon God Lord, I am the Kylan Protector of the Soul Palace. You have no chance of winning against me and the Zui Battle Saint. You destroy the city we built, destroy our warship. We will never take you lightly. If you want to die comfortably, help us build cities and repair our warships. We allow you to kill yourself. The Kylan Protector also said loudly. The 6 sacred gates are the most powerful forces in the sanctuary, there is no one. Zui War Sage said again, you provoke us, there is only one dead end. If you have a good attitude of admitting mistakes, we can choose the way of death for you. Quote, our Fate Soul Palace is a force supported by the Aoshi Universe Great Life Soul. We will represent the Ao World Universe Great Life Soul to maintain the order of the sanctuary. If you oppose our Fate Soul Hall, you are against the Great Life Soul, and you are against the Ao World Universe. Order, Kylan Law Protector shouted with confidence. Speaking of so much, isn't it just to make me feel that you are strong? But in my eyes, you are no different from pikes. After Chen Shang finished speaking, he flew in the direction of the sound, and the speed was also very fast. It didn't take long before he saw the Crepe Myrtle War Sage, wearing golden armor, with a nice face, but also very beautiful. But her face was cold and sullen at the moment, and she looked very ugly in Shen Zhang's eyes. The Kylan Protector was also with her. The Qilin protector was an old man, wearing a purple gold unicorn armor, looking very mighty and majestic, and he was also murderous. They were all standing on top of a huge warship. The warship was washed ashore by a huge wave. Now the waves have receded, and the warship can't move on the shore. They all saw Chen Shang flying in the air, with a semi-transparent hexagonal magic circle under his feet. In fact, the magic circle was a clone of the 6 divine mirrors. The ability to fly in the sanctuary, and the speed is still very fast, which secretly shocked both the Qilin Law Protector and the Zui War Sage. It is difficult to fly in the sanctuary without relying on flying magic weapons, unless it is a powerful beast. The miscellaneous fish of the 6 sacred gates, let me ask you a question. Your people have been to Chelong Island before. I have killed those people. I remember there is a fellow named Jinlin Shengjun. Do you know him? Chen Shang said. He seems to be called Golden Scale. Jinlin Sovereign, he is dead, did you kill him? After the Zui warrior heard this, a trace of fear appeared in his eyes. Yes, before he died, did he send any news to you? Chen Shang asked again. Are you, the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon sword in your hands? Zui War Sage exclaimed. That said, he really delivered the news to you. Chen Shang smiled, and then took out the Azure Dragon Slayer Demon sword. Yes, this knife is indeed in my hand. By the way, you are still the Golden Scale Sovereign strong. Before the Zui warlord could answer, Chen Shang had already flashed past. Then the 6 gods' mirror rushed out of his soul faculty, a light suddenly shot out from the center of his eyebrows, which instantly transformed into the 6 gods' mirror, and slammed into the face of the Zui warrior. Boom! The 6 divine mirrors rushed out, bursting out with a burst of energy, which shook the face of the Zui War Sage beyond recognition, and the soul was shattered, and it was painful. The 6 magic mirrors do not need to use the power of the DZI, just fly out, and through the soul power of the 6 fate souls, it can cause heavy damage to the souls of others. In the end, Chen Shang slashed it down with a single knife. The Qinglong Tumodao carried the crimson red dragon flame, splitting the body of the Zui War Saint into a crimson fire ash. Because of the previous big waves, many people climbed on these huge warships, so there were many people on board. They all witnessed the Sage of Zui being beheaded by others. This is too shocking for them. After all, the Zui War Sage is extremely sacred in the eyes of many people. First of all, she is a great beauty, and she is powerful and high in status. She is the dream lover of many men in the 6 sacred gates. But now, he was wiped out by the Red Dragon Divine Master. The native dog of Life Soul Palace, it's your turn. Chen Shang looked at the Qilin Guardian. The Qilin Protector was also frightened. He really didn't expect to have such a powerful existence in Sanctuary. He was about to run away, but was hit by the 6 divine mirrors head-on, and the moment his soul was hit hard, Chen Zhang's sword had already been cut off. The Qilin Law Protector passed away on the spot. The miscellaneous fish are miscellaneous fish. I actually want to occupy my Chelong Island. I really don't know whether to live or die. Chen Shang finished speaking and looked at the other people on the battleship. He didn't do it, but the 6 magic mirrors spun out to harvest. Sister Xiaojing is best at doing this kind of thing. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4388, Tianmao Island. There were a lot of people coming from the 6 sacred gates and Fate Soul Hall this time, and the 6 sacred mirrors flew out. Although they harvested most of the souls of people, some of the fish that slipped through the net were run away by them. Chen Shang didn't continue to chase after him. After all, the effect he wanted had been achieved. Those who fled were lucky little shrimps. After they returned, they would definitely spread the news here. There is a Red Dragon God Lord on Chelong Island, who killed the Zui Warlord and the Golden Scale Saint of the 6 Sacred Doors, and the Qilin Protector of the Life Soul Palace was also killed. In this way, Chelong Island's Chelong Divine Master was completely famous. Chen Shang was not afraid of the 6 sacred gates and the Palace of Souls coming again. After all, Chelong Island was still empty now, and the people of the Chelong clan could hide well. Even if the 6 sacred gates and Fate Soul Palace were to land on the island on a large scale, they would not pose a threat to the Chelong clan. Previously, the Chelong clan had no loss in the area occupied by the Fire King's mansion. The Heavenly Nightmare are stronger than the Fate Soul Palace and the 6 sacred gates, and they have not been able to destroy the Chelong clan, let alone the 6 sacred gates. Sister Jing, how's the harvest this time? Chen Shang watched the 6 divine mirrors spin back, and then turned into a light into his soul. Feast. Sister Xiaojing laughed and said, although the souls of these guys are not comparable to those of the nightmare, they are still pretty good. The 6 life souls are still very weak, and the devouring souls can become stronger. If it was before, Chen Shang would need to collect a lot of souls and use them to refine the holy soul pill for the ape demon dragon and the others to eat. Because the Aoshi Shen furnace swallowed the heavenly nightmare's little life soul, the pill that was refined now contained the pill soul. After eating the pill soul, the improvement in the soul is even greater. Chen Shang only needs to refine some heavenly nightmare yuan pill ape demon dragon and they can eat it every once in a while. The group of apes and dragons followed Chen Shang during this period, but they improved a lot. They are also Chen Zhang's research objects. Chen Shang also wants to create some powerful races in the Aoshi universe. The ape demon dragon and the Chelong race are part of his plan to create the race. He is now planning to start with the transformation first. After transforming the Chelong tribe and the ape demon dragon, they will become new species. At that time, they will all have common characteristics. Chen Shang still hasn't figured out where to start. Chelong Island should be calm for a while. Even if the 6 sacred gates and Fate Soul Palace come, it will take 10 days and 8 days, right? Chen Shang hovered in the air, looking at the fragments of the big ship below. Brother, when are you going to go to King Heavenly Nightmare Pill? Sister Xiaojing asked. Chen Shang told her about this before. After all, it was an agreement between him and Shinru. If he really helped Shinru this time, then the relationship with Shinru would be closer. With Shinru's great help, in the future, the 6 sacred doors in the Palace of Life and Soul will come to harass again, and he can let Shinru deal with it. I can go now. Chen Shang contacted the Patriarch Sha Chelong, and asked him to lead his tribe to dig out the G-beads and hide them temporarily. Patriarch Chelong listened to Chen Shang very much, because he had already seen the divine power of this Chelong Divine Lord many times. The same goes for the other members of the Chelong tribe. Such a powerful Tianmao people were forced to be driven away by Chen Shang. This kind of power made them even more in awe. Chen Shang took out the talisman to contact Shinru. Sister Shinru, where are you? I'm going to find you. Chen Shang said, do you understand the situation on King Tianmao? Don't worry, I will arrange it on her side. Shinru smiled and said, Brother Shen, I built an island in the sea. You are right now. Shinru told Chen Shang that her island was at the southern end of Chelong Island. Chen Shang hurried over immediately. Sister Shinru, has Emperor Shao ever pursued the heavenly nightmare Pill King? Chen Shang had already set off, and a clone of the 6th divine mirror was flying very fast with Chen Shang. This, my father had doubted, but he was not sure. Shinru said, even if Emperor Shao pursues the heavenly nightmare Pill King, it is not surprising, who makes that woman so beautiful and infinitely attractive. By the way, the heavenly nightmare orcs, do you know about the heavenly nightmare Pill King's pill? Chen Shang said. It seems to know. Someone from the heavenly nightmare orcs has spied on information. I don't know how much information they have. Shinru sighed softly, so I am very worried that the pill will fall into the hands of other people. Sister Shinru, don't care too much about that pill. You can't hang it on a tree. Chen Shang smiled and said, by the way, do you have any feelings lately? The pill that Chen Shang used to refine with the Fu Yuan root crystal contained a lot of Yuan power, and only one pill allowed Shinru's Yuan power to recover. In addition, she has been exposed to the mystery of the law before, so she has some insights about the soul, and maybe she can understand the method of cultivating the soul. There is no progress yet. It's just a weird feeling, that is. I feel like I want to catch something, but I can't catch it. Shinru said, Brother Shen, first come to me and help me do the exercises. Make 10 pill of that kind. What kind of pill? Chen Shang said with a smile, is it Shinru Yuanden? Shinru sister, don't you like this kind of pill's name? Of course I like it, but I can't say it. Shinru smiled and said, I have already started buying Fuyuan Zhenjing. I buy it now, it's very cheap. Fuyuan Zhenjing contains Fuyuan power, but no one can successfully condense the pill, but Chen Shang, a person who is not from the heavenly nightmare universe, can. Moreover, the Shinru Yuan pill refined by Chen Shang has a terrifying energy generating power, so his worth is very high. Shinru didn't tell her father about this. She was worried that too many people knew about it and it would cause Chen Shang a lot of trouble. After flying for a short time, Chen Shang found the island where Leiyuedan was located. From the air, the shape of the island was like a crooked moon. The Leiyu altar is in the middle, and the other altars are scattered around. Chen Shang put on a white mask, took the token Shinru gave him, and easily entered the Lei Yu altar, and then saw Shinru again. After seeing Chen Shang, Shinru hurriedly took his hand and walked into the room quickly, looking very anxious. If anyone sees a woman pulling a vigorous young man and hurriedly entering the room, she will surely be full of imagination. Sister Shinru, has Emperor Shao come over from Heavenly Nightmare Universe? Chen Shang asked. I don't know. Emperor Shao's whereabouts are kept secret, only my father knows, but he won't tell me. Shinru took Chen Shang into the alchemy room and said, Brother Shen, I will trouble you this time. Quote. Chen Shang didn't ask her what she wanted 10 soft heart essence pills for. He took out the proud god furnace and immediately began to refine it. No trouble, I make this kind of pill very quickly. Chen Shang said, putting 2 materials into the pill furnace. Have you put so many Fuyuan root crystals? Shinru frowned slightly, are you going to make 2 medicinal materials in one furnace and produce 10 pills? She remembered that when Chen Shang was refining before, he produced 5 pills in one furnace. Yes, Chen Shang nodded, it's going to be hard. Shinru said with some worry, can you fry the stove? Chen Xianga's proud god furnace looks very ordinary, so she is worried that Chen Xianga's pill furnace will not be able to hold it. After all, Chen Shang has used this pill furnace to refine the soul of life. In her opinion, she has experienced many twists and turns, and it is very fragile. No, I haven't experienced the feeling of a fryer for many years. Chen Shang smiled and started right away. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4389, Experience the Shuttle. Chen Shang didn't ask the purpose of these 10 pills, he trusted it with a soft heart. Brother Shen, these 10 pills of mine are not for my clone. I have too many clones and need a lot of this kind of pill. Shinru smiled bitterly. I dare not bother Brother Shen to help me refine that. Many. There are hundreds of her clones, indeed many. Sister Shinru, what are you talking about? When I refined my soul Fu, without the help of your clone, I wouldn't be able to succeed. Chen Shang laughed. Your clone is you, and your clone is yours. Maintaining the best condition is the best for you. Shinru thinks that Chen Zhang's alchemy is very hard. Although it looks easy, there must be hardships she doesn't know, so she is embarrassed to let Chen Shang do it. Sister Shinru, the vitality of your clones hasn't been recovered yet. I will refine the Shinru Yuanden for them. Make sure they all have a share. Chen Shang laughed. Thank you Brother Shen, you are so kind to them. I also thank you for them. Shinru was very happy, her eyes were gentle and a little playful, and smiled, they are all my clones, if in the future. I can if you marry Brother Shen, hee hee. Chen Shang had all seen those clones, they all looked the same, but they were a little different. After thinking about it for a while, he couldn't help but feel stunned, and then immediately calmed down. What a fairy, not a bit charming, but so sultry. Chen Shang closed his eyes, pretending to make alchemy with peace of mind, and said, Sister Shinru, I want to go to the Heavenly Nightmare King as soon as possible. The sect where I am facing a very powerful enemy, I need your help. What kind of enemy? I don't need to wait for me to have the strength of the king, I can help you right away. Shinru hurriedly said. Anyway, I have nothing to do now, our war with the Nightmare Orcs has not yet begun, neither of us has fully migrated here yet. They are quite strong. Shinru, you must not think that Aoshi Universe is weak. Chen Shang said. Aoshi Universe is very big, even if the sanctuary is very small in Aoshi Universe, it only occupies a small area, but it is still hidden. There are many unknown powerful creatures. This is Chen Zhang's intuition. He had talked with Grandma Linglong before and learned that Aoshi Universe is the largest universe she has ever seen. In such a large universe, even if it is only 100,000 years old, it is enough to give birth to many powerful creatures. For example, in Sanctuary, it is very possible to hide many unknown creatures. The Heavenly Nightmare Pill King also has a small island, which is not too far away from me. Shinru also got serious and said, I plan to send her a Shinru Yuan pill, even if it is made by you, Brother Shen. I will tell her that you have a promising future in refining alchemy, let her train you more. I don't think this is so good. Chen Shang shook his head. Why? Shinru was puzzled, and said, Brother Shen, tell her directly about your alchemy talent, isn't it very good? That way, she can get her attention. Sister Shinru, the significance of the Shinru Yuanden, to the Heavenly Nightmare Tribe and the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs, does it mean much? Chen Shang asked. Of course it's very big. I haven't told my father about this matter so far. I plan to discuss it with you. Because I also want him to taste Shinru Yuanden, and see if it will help him if it is Wangju. Shinru said. Since it is so important, you can't just expose it so hastily. Chen Shang found that Shinru was still too young. That's not bad, but, the other party is the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King, so it should be fine. She is very good, and I can trust her. If she knows that the Shinru Yuan pill was refined by you, she will definitely value you. Shinru said. Sister Shinru, the defensive heart is indispensable. Chen Shang shook his head and said, if it is just to make her pay attention, then there is no need to expose that I can refine the Shinru Yuan Dan. Show her how I refine the Heavenly Nightmare element. Dan is enough. Sister Shinru, if the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King saw the Heavenly Nightmare Pill I refined, would she take me seriously? Chen Shang asked. Of course it will. Shinru calmed down now. She also found that she seemed to be too impulsive, nodded and said, she will never ignore you. Isn't that enough? Chen Shang laughed. Just achieve the goal. We still don't know what kind of person the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King is like. Brother Shen, don't you ask me what I want these 10 soft heart essence pills for. Shinru asked, can you trust me that way? The Heavenly Nightmare Pill is more beautiful than me, maybe you see her, I told her everything. Shinru thinks that Chen Shang will judge people by appearance, because Chen Shang trusts her very much. Chen Shang has a heart and a clear eye, what he trusts is a clear eye. If the heart tells him who he can't trust, then no matter how beautiful this person is, he will never be a bird. I'm not that kind of person. Chen Shang smiled. Sister Shinru, I am not a person who thinks in the lower body. When you see King Heavenly Nightmare Pill, you will definitely forget me soon. Shinru muttered softly, as if a little jealous, and looked strange and cute. How is that possible? Chen Shang curled his lips, then asked, by the way, Sister Shinru, what do you want those 10 Shinru Yuan pills for? I plan to use these 10 soft-hearted essence pills to test the reaction of our Heavenly Nightmare people. Shinru said, I will hide it, and no one will know that I let it out. You can give it a try, you can even try the reaction of the Heavenly Nightmare orcs to the Shinru Yuan Dan. Chen Shang laughed. If it is really important, then we can use the Shinru Yuan Dan in exchange for a lot of resources. Actually, I still have to try to see if anyone who eats Shinru Yuandan can find that it is made with Fu Yuanjin crystal. Shinru said. Be careful, don't expose it. Chen Shang nodded. Chen Shang quickly refined 10 Shinru Yuan Dan, and it was 10 grains in one batch, and the speed was about the same as the previous 5 in one batch, which shocked Shinru again. Shinru immediately sent a clone, the Danyu Altar Master, to send Chen Shang to the island of King Heavenly Nightmare Pill. Chen Shang originally thought that he would fly over with the 6 divine mirrors, but the Danyu Altar Master took out a flying shuttle powered by the Heavenly Origin Crystal, and then lay in the flying shuttle with Shen Shang and flew to the island of King Heavenly Nightmare Pill. Brother Shen, this is the first time you have experienced the flying shuttle of our Heavenly Nightmare. How do you feel? Shinru smiled. Although it is a different body and a different beautiful face, it is still that gentle and fascinating heart. Soft. It feels a bit crowded. Chen Shang did indeed squeeze the fragrant beauty in this shuttle. He laughed dryly. Your shuttle is too small, right? Isn't it better to squeeze a little bit? Shinru chuckled. Could it be, you still want to lie down there with another deity of mine? Chen Shang was speechless. He really felt that the shuttle was too crowded. It was very depressing to lie in it. Although there was a big beauty next to him, he still felt like lying in a coffin. World-Defying Dan God Chapter 4390, Half Her. Sister Shinru, have you ever seen King Heavenly Nightmare Pill? Do you know her name? Chen Shang asked. Listening to your description, she always feels like she is perfect. Really, I don't believe she is so attractive. Force. The most powerful thing about her is that no one has seen her look, but she can feel that she is beautiful. Her heart is really beautiful, and anyone who has been in contact with her can feel this. Shinru said. Anyway, when I was with her, I felt that she was very gentle. Feeling. Chen Shang frowned. Can you feel beautiful by feeling? That's because her heart is beautiful, so I can feel beautiful. Brother Shen, you know, I was fierce before. After I touched her, I can feel her tenderness. From then on, I admired her very much, and then began to learn alchemy. Shinru said. She can actually affect your character. Has she put a curse on you? Chen Shang was taken aback when he heard this, and immediately realized that King Heavenly Nightmare Pill must have a very peculiar ability to change a person's character. It is difficult for a woman who is already fierce to be gentle. Of course not, I'm trying to learn from her. Shinru smiled softly. Brother Shen, don't doubt her. As long as you meet her, you will know that she is really good, and I will definitely not harm you. Quote. The more you talk about it, the more I think she is evil. Chen Shang curled his lips and said, anyway, I will definitely guard her. Brother Shen, you are against her in your heart. Because I praised her too well, you have a kind of rebellious psychology, this is normal. Shinru smiled. I believe that as long as you see her, it will make a big difference to her. I always feel that she has mastered a kind of magic that can confuse others. Otherwise, she won't let women like her. Chen Shang curled his lips and said, I see more of this kind of things. He has indeed seen women's powerful charm skills, which can even be put down by women. Brother Shen, if I am bewitched, it is because of my low strength. But as my father and them, 2 emperors and 9 kings, but they all want the woman of Heavenly Nightmare Pill. Shinru said again. They are all men, and King Heavenly Nightmare Pill is a very good woman. The stronger a woman, the more they want it, the less they can't, the more invisible, the more mysterious, the more they want it. Chen Shang laughed said, man's thoughts, I know very well. Yes, 2 emperors and 9 kings, which one is not a group of wives and concubines? Shinru hummed softly, you stinky men are indeed of such virtue. Sister Shinru, I'm just worried that you will be deceived by her. Chen Shang said, especially when I see you so obsessed with her, I feel weird. Actually she is my savior. Shinru sighed softly, it's true that the reason why I was able to reach her was mainly because I almost died. Later, she saved me by practicing alchemy. My new life. Ah, so, did you spend some time with her? You haven't seen her look like during that time? Chen Shang asked. Well, I worshipped her during that time. I also know the condition of her pill. So I want to get the pill, mainly because I don't want her to eat it, and I don't want to see her go looking for the soul of life. The people of the 6 races will die together. Shinru sighed. I hope she can live well. I believe that we will always have a way to destroy the 6 life soul races. It seems that you don't simply want to become stronger. Chen Shang said, it's my extreme thinking. Of course I want to become stronger too. With strong power, I might be able to find revenge for her fellows of the 6 fate and soul. Shinru finished speaking and smiled and said, Brother Shen, you trust me very much. It seems that there is no defense at all. But he is suspicious of King Heavenly Nightmare Pill, this is not like you. Sister Shinru, don't I worry about you being cheated. Chen Shang curled his lips and said, women in these days will cheat women too. Does the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King lie to me any benefit? I heard my father say that she is a heavenly nightmare person who has lived for many years. Shinru said, she should have seen many women stronger than me, so she should not cheat my little girl. Well, I'll know when I'm sure. Chen Shang said, by the way, Sister Shinru, how did you change your personality in the first place? How long did it take? Chen Shang is more interested in this, because in his opinion, something must have happened to them during the time when the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King was getting along. I don't know, anyway, after I came back from the dead, I was recuperating with her for a while. After returning, my father said that I had changed a lot, and I felt so. Shinru sighed softly, actually. The main thing is the gentle feeling she gave me, which always lingers in my mind and makes me linger. It seems that you were injured very badly at the beginning. Moreover, your soul was severely injured. It should be she who used her own soul to heal you, so it deeply affected your soul. Chen Shang guessed. Yes, my father said that my soul was damaged very badly at the time, and my soul was gone. Shinru nodded. I understand, she gave you a part of the soul to help you heal. He repaired your soul, so after being treated by her, you are no longer the previous you, but the new you. Chen Shang also studied the soul. In order to go deeper, so come to this conclusion. Is that so? Shinru frowned, also thinking. You're half of her. Chen Shang said again. After your soul is dissipated, most of your soul must have completely disappeared. Your father can only collect a small part of your soul, so you have lost a lot of memory. Quote. I'm half of her, Shinru murmured. Yeah, that's why you can feel her tenderness and beauty. Outsiders should not be able to feel it. Chen Shang said, it seems that this Heavenly Nightmare Pill King is very difficult to deal with. She is in terms of soul. Have deep attainments. Brother Shen, no matter what. I don't want her to eat that pill, and I can't let her die with the sixth clan of life and soul. Shinru bit her lip and said, even if you do whatever you can, you must take it. Take her pill. If it is found on the spot, you will eat it on the spot. In short, as long as the pill does not fall into her hands, you can do what you want. After Shinru learned that she might be half of the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King, she also thought of something. Sister Shinru, it seems that King Heavenly Nightmare Pill is really going to extremes. In her eyes, you are the continuation of her blood, Sashi. Chen Shang also gradually became serious and said. If she really thinks so, then I will never allow. In a sense, she may be my relative. Shinru bit her lip and said, I can't watch her die. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4391, Lotus Altar. Chen Shang understood the process of getting acquainted with the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King, and he also had a certain change in the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King. Otherwise, he would always suspect that the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King had used any sorcery to confuse Shinru. He had also experienced this kind of thing. When he was in Aoshitiandi, Yan Zilan treated him very well, so Hua Shangyu suspected that he had used some sorcery against Yan Zilan. Sister Shinru, this matter is on my body. Chen Shang suddenly thought of a strategy, and said, if you just prevent her from going to the sixth clan of life and soul to die together, it might not be a difficult thing. What should I do? Shinru asked. Just let her see hope. Chen Shang was also thinking, trying to perfect the strategy in his mind. Shinru turned sideways, getting closer to Chen Shang, looking at Chen Shang. Chen Shang felt Shinru come closer, and subconsciously wanted to move away, but the shuttle was too crowded, and he had no place to move, so he could only let this fragrant body stick to it. Brother Shen, can you tell me more specifically? Shinru asked, if it really succeeds, it's okay not to steal that pill. It's not stealing, it's borrowing. After speaking, she immediately corrected with a chuckle. The reason why she chose to go to the same end is that she can't break through and become stronger. If she can see the hope of becoming stronger, let her know that her strength can surpass the powerhouses of the Fate Soul 6 races. I will definitely choose to live on. After Chen Shang finished speaking, he turned his head and glanced at Shinru. They were so close that they almost touched her red lips. Shinru was also shocked and moved to her side, and then her face was a little blushing. After all, she almost kissed her. Did you see, your shuttle is too small. Chen Shang murmured, and continued. The Heavenly Nightmare Pill King definitely wants to kill more people from the sixth clan of life and soul. If she sees the hope of becoming stronger, then she will choose to continue to endure and become stronger. What do you want to do? Can you show her the hope of becoming stronger? Suddenly, Shinru remembered Fu Yuan Zhenjing, and whispered, Shinru Yuan Dan. Shinru Yuan Dan will definitely make her stronger. Perhaps, but we can't all rely on Shinru Yuandan. Maybe it won't work. So I have to think of another plan. If Shinru Yuandan does not help improve my strength, I will use another plan immediately. Shen Shang said. Brother Shen, you are so considerate. Shinru smiled and said, it's nice to meet you. Who are you? It always feels like you don't look like a young boy, but you must be a little villain. Quote. There is a Shen family in Aoshi universe, and I am the young patriarch of this Shen family. My father and them are in God's domain, and they seem to have been persecuted by the Six Fate and Soul clan. I can't contact them now. And the Shen family and sanctuary he was also cursed by the 6 sacred gates of the 6 soul races. Chen Shang said. Fate and Soul 6 races really do all evil. Shinru cursed in a low voice. This group of bastards do all bad things. Don't talk about it. When I see the Heavenly Nightmare Pill, I will make my plan. Chen Shang said. Sister Shinru, the Heavenly Nightmare Pill's affairs are covered by me. The speed of the shuttle suddenly slowed down, approaching the island where the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King was located. The Heavenly Nightmare Pill King is very lonely. Although she has a big altar, she is the only one. Shinru said, this island is actually her altar. None of her men are here. After the shuttle opened, Chen Shang stood up, and saw a circular island below, more than 10,000 feet wide. Looking from the sky, it looked like a purple lotus. If it's just an island, it might not be too big, it's just a small island. But this is an altar, it is very huge. Is she the only one in this altar? Chen Shang asked in surprise. Yes, but she has a lot of clones. We have many clones in the cultivation of Tianmao people. Shinru said. the medicinal materials she needs are sold to her by other altars. How many clones does she have? Chen Shang asked. I don't know. In short, the stronger our heavenly nightmare is, the more clones we have. Shinru said, the clones of the lower clans are usually only 2 to 5. For the upper clans, there can be dozens of them. Royal family people are not necessarily. Where are the subordinates of King Heavenly Nightmare Pill? Chen Shang asked. Most go out to help her gather resources or something. Anyway, she keeps a distance from her subordinates. But her subordinates are loyal to her and will never leave her. Shinru said. She likes being alone so much, will she accept me? Chen Shang was a little worried. If she turns me away, our plan will be ruined. So I thought about letting you refine the Shinru Yuan Dan from the beginning. Shinru said, but you said that it is enough to refine the Heavenly Nightmare Yuan Dan. First refine the Heavenly Nightmare Yuan Dan to show her. If it doesn't work, then go to the Heart Soft Yuan Dan. Chen Shang said. Yeah, Shinru nodded, and then led him to land on this huge lotus altar. Meet the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King. I am the daughter of the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King, and the Lord of the Leiyu altar. After Shinru arrived, she directly reported her name. Heavenly Nightmares seldom mention their own names, especially those of this kind of royal family, they all report their own titles. Shinru had never used her own name at all, she always used Leiyu Altar Lord or Great Princess Lord. Little girl, long time no see. Are you here this time to deliver a letter to your father? The voice of the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King came, very ethereal, very cold, without any gentle feeling. Chen Shang heard the voice of King Heavenly Nightmare Pill, and even shuddered secretly. What kind of tenderness is this? Shinru actually said that King Heavenly Nightmare Pill was a very gentle big sister. No, Shinru quickly explained. It seems that she used to help her father send love letters to King Heavenly Nightmare before. She couldn't help but blush at the moment. What's that for? The young man next to you is not a heavenly nightmare, should be a human being in this universe. The Heavenly Nightmare Pill King seemed to be able to see the situation around Shinru. This purple lotus altar is very tall, and Chen Shang and Shinru are standing on top. The interior of this altar should be a very complicated palace. Sister Pill King, this young boy is a pill refining wizard. He has just come into contact with the medicinal materials of our Heavenly Nightmare universe, and he can refine the Holy Heavenly Nightmare Yuan pill. And it has 4 grains, and the speed of pill refining is extremely fast. Shinru hastily said, I brought him here this time because I hope that Sister Dan Wang can give him some pointers on the future path. She also didn't say let the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King keep Chen Shang here, because it was too deliberate. Oh, a furnace of 4 sacred Heavenly Nightmare pills. The speed is still very fast. He is still a young boy, this is impossible. The Heavenly Nightmare Pill King expressed strong disbelief. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4392, Zillion. Chen Shang stood by and didn't speak. He didn't use his spiritual knowledge to investigate randomly, because he already felt that the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King was something. He understands why Shinru's father, Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King, can't catch up to Heavenly Nightmare Pill King, because the strength of this Heavenly Nightmare Pill King is far above her father. I didn't believe it before, but I believed it when I saw him refining the Heavenly Nightmare Pill. My alchemy is too shallow, and I'm afraid it will delay his future, so I hope that Sister King Pill can give him some advice. Shinru was also a little nervous at the moment, but still very sincerely said, Sister Dan Wang, I will never deceive you. You can let him refine a furnace of Dan, and you will soon be sure whether what I said is true. Okay, come in, said the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King, her voice still very ethereal, with a hint of power in the cold. Chen Shang couldn't hear the gentle feeling. Why would Shinru say that King Heavenly Nightmare Pill was a very gentle woman? At the location where Chen Shang was located, beside the middle of the lotus altar, a purple light beam suddenly shot out from the center. Shinru took Chen Shang into the beam, and then they slowly sank and entered the lotus altar. In the blink of an eye, Chen Shang and Shinru came to a garden. In this garden, there are many beautiful purple flowers and plants, which seems to be a dreamy purple garden. There is a small river flowing slowly by, purple willow branches hanging down by the river, and the flowers and plants on the riverbank are also purple. Is this your clone? It's a good practice. The voice of King Heavenly Nightmare Pill came, and only saw a woman in a white dress approaching. She did not wear a mask, but was covered with a soft white light on her face, and her face was invisible. The Heavenly Nightmare Pill King stepped on the swaying pace, with an elegant and noble connotation. Although she can't see her appearance, her temperament seems to be infected with the soul of a person, making people feel that she must be a beauty. Of course, Chen Shang was the first time he saw it with his heart and eyes. After reading it, he was secretly frightened, because this Heavenly Nightmare Pill King was indeed stronger than Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King and Heavenly Nightmare Fire King. Among her 6 ways of cultivation, the 10th level of alchemy, Fu Dao, and Soul are all 18. Chen Zhang's Fu Dao and Soul Dao were only 16th, and his alchemy 15th was 5 orders higher than the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King. Moreover, the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King also has a 5th order heavenly path. The Heavenly Nightmare Pill King was also looking at Chen Shang carefully, but she couldn't see anything. After all, there were 6 divine mirrors inside Chen Zhang's soul to help him hide, and it was difficult for others to see what was coming from. Chen Shang didn't see through the face of the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King just now, because her soul Fu Dao was stronger than him, so he didn't dare to mess around. Sister Pill King, you can give him a pill furnace. Shinru said. Just let him refine the Heavenly Nightmare Yuan pill to show you, so that you won't waste your time. Okay, the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King didn't say much, and took out a pill furnace. This pill furnace was so good that Chen Shang had identified it immediately, and it was much better than Shinru's pill furnace. Brother Shen, are you in a good state now? Can you refine it? Shinru said. Yes, Chen Shang nodded. Here, the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King took out the Heavenly Nightmare Yuan Ginseng to Chen Shang. Chen Shang took it and threw it directly into the pill furnace, and then injected the flames. It's interesting. The Heavenly Nightmare Pill King seemed a little surprised when he saw it, and exclaimed softly. She was also looking at the situation inside the pill furnace, and her perception of everything was very clear. Chen Shang immediately entered a very serious state of alchemy, and he did not expose his powerful soul, and the soul power he used was in line with his age. This process is very fast. The process of refining pill and condensing pill inside the pill furnace seems to be natural. Everything is so natural. The process of transforming medicinal materials into 4 pill can be said to be silky. Even if the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King saw it, he was shocked. Although she was silent, her heart was shocked. Shinru had observed the changes inside the pill furnace before, but she did not observe as carefully as the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King. The Heavenly Nightmare Pill King couldn't explain what kind of alchemy this was. In her opinion, it was not an alchemy at all. Not alchemy, what is that? Moreover, she had only imagined this kind of realm, and believed that this kind of alchemy realm did not exist, so she had never worked hard in this realm. Alright, Chen Zhang's voice awakened the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King, who was in shock. The pill furnace was opened by the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King. When she opened the furnace cover, she took a breath and calmed down the shock in her heart. Because all this is true, the young boy in front of him is indeed an alchemy wizard. She finally understood why Shinru brought this young boy to her, because this kind of genius was not guided by Shinru. Even her Heavenly Nightmare Pill King is not qualified to guide such a genius. The Heavenly Nightmare Pill King is also full of doubts. Why can this young boy's alchemy reach such a realm? Or does it mean that all alchemists in this universe are like this? She immediately rejected the idea. Because she had seen the alchemy of the 6 life soul races, compared with the little boy in front of her, she didn't have any cleverness. If every alchemist in this universe was so against the sky, he would have been annihilated by the 6 fate soul races a long time ago. Sister Dan, this young boy also has enemies with the 6 fate souls. His family is cursed by the forces of the 6 fate souls. Although he is a member of this universe, he shares the same enemy with us. Shinru whispered. Little girl, how many people know about this? The Heavenly Nightmare Pill King asked. Sister Dan Wang, my name is Shinru now, you can call me Shinru. Shinru smiled and said, currently only me and a shopkeeper know. Shinru, you asked the shopkeeper to sign the soul contract, and you can't disclose this. Heavenly Nightmare Pill King said, my name is Yu Zillion, you can't reveal my name. Sister Zillion, I won't say it. By the way, I let the shopkeeper sign the soul contract a long time ago, he won't say it. Shinru seemed very happy, because she finally knew the name of the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King. This young boy, can he stay here? Yu Zillion said, I will take care of him. You can also come here often to find me. Of course you can. Shinru was very happy, and said to Chen Shang quickly, Brother Shen, thank you Sister Zillion for taking in. Boy Chen Shang, thanks Sister Zillion for taking in. Chen Shang also quickly thanked him. He was acting with Shinru, and he was also a little nervous at the moment. You're welcome. Don't worry, I won't bully you. Yu Zillion said. Her tone was still so cold, Chen Shang still couldn't feel any tenderness. However, he was able to identify with a clear eye that Zillion had no bad thoughts. If Zillion had bad thoughts, he would have released the 6 magic mirrors and ran away. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4393, Red and Blue Exotic Fruit. Sister Zillion, Brother Shen will ask you. Shinru was completely relieved now, because the process of Yu Zillion receiving Chen Shang went smoothly without any accidents. They had discussed it before, and Chen Shang would be lurking here, and then looking for an opportunity to steal the mysterious pill of Zillion. Later, Chen Shang said that if Zillion could see the hope of breakthrough, then she wouldn't want to die with the people of the 6th clan of Life and Soul. Anyway, their goal was not to allow Zillion to eat that pill, and not to allow her to find the people of the 6th clan of Life and Soul to die together. Shinru, go back first. If there is anything, I will contact you. Yan Zillion waved gently and said. Sister Zillion, Brother Shen, then I'll say goodbye first, goodbye. Shinru left immediately. Chen Shang, can I conduct a comprehensive test on you? Yu Zillion said suddenly. Don't worry, I don't want to accept you as a disciple. I just want to understand your situation. Yes, Chen Shang guessed that Zillion was going to check his age. Sure enough, Zillion took out several instruments and carried out a very comprehensive examination of his body. Not only the age of Chen Xiangga's body but also the age of Chen Xiangga's soul were tested, but they all showed that they were between 14 and 16 years old. Long Zillion had previously suspected that Chen Shang was a reborn person, so when testing the soul, the age of the soul must be detected, but it is not. This made her even more surprised. If Chen Zhang's soul was very old, then Chen Zhang's refinement of that quality heavenly nightmare pill would make sense. After testing, she determined that Chen Shang was just a teenager from start to finish. But it could refine the heavenly nightmare Yuan Dan of the holy grade, and that kind of pill technique didn't seem like a young man could use it. After the test, your body is very strong. There is no other problem. Yu Zillion can only come to this conclusion, and she did not say that she was testing Chen Zhang's age. Thanks to Sister Zillion, Chen Shang lowered his head. Chen Shang, let me talk about the rules first. No one else is here, you can call me Sister Zillion, if there are other people, you can call me the King of Nightmare Pill. Said Yan Zillion. Yes, Chen Shang replied, it is very simple for you to refine the heavenly nightmare pill. You shouldn't waste time on this kind of pill. Yu Zillion said, or else, I will teach you to refine a kind of better than the heavenly nightmare pill. More pill of nightmare power. Is the medicinal materials needed for this pill relatively rare? Chen Shang asked. If the medicinal materials are rare, he doesn't think so much because it is difficult to refine them in batches. It's relatively common. You are Shinru's alchemist, so you definitely need to refine a pill that can help her improve. Zillion said. If you feed Shinru, the heavenly nightmare pill is still not enough. Yes, I am willing to try. Chen Shang nodded. Come. Yuan Zillion walked in front, leading Chen Shang into the alchemy room. Her attitude seemed a little cold, but this seemed to be her character, and she was similar to Shinru, so Chen Shang didn't feel disgusted either. Chen Shang followed Zillion into the alchemy room. There was a big golden alchemy furnace, 2 people tall, in the middle of the alchemy room. Zillion took out 2 big fruits, one red and one blue, oval-shaped, the size of a watermelon but not a watermelon. This kind of fruit is more common in the heavenly nightmare universe, and it contains a very strong power of the heavenly nightmare. You can refine the heavenly nightmare 9 transformation pill. Said Yan Zillion. You first try to see if you can pass the red and blue different fruits, practice it. When Chen Shang got the 2 fruits, he immediately sensed the divine power inside. This is no longer a medicinal material in the sanctuary, it is a god-level medicinal material. The previous heavenly nightmare Yuan Ginseng was a holy medicinal material, so Chen Shang could easily cultivate it. This is called red and blue different fruit. Chen Shang only felt that the name was a bit perfunctory. Can you see anything? Yu Zillion asked. It should be the divine fruit of God's domain. Chen Shang said. You are quite knowledgeable. Yu Zillion was also a little surprised, but her voice was still very cold, and said, other than that, can I see anything else? Chen Shang felt that Zillion was testing him, so he didn't continue to say more, he actually saw a lot. For example, inside this red and blue exotic fruit, There is a crystal nucleus. The crystal nucleus is strangely shaped, but the two crystal nuclei are exactly the same. The primordial power contained in the crystal core, but not much, is far inferior to the rich primordial power contained in the primordial root crystal. I can't see anything. Chen Shang shook his head. Cut it open and take a look. Yu Zilian said, took out a knife and handed it to Chen Shang. She really thought that Chen Shang didn't have a sword. After all, Chen Shang didn't look like a person who could fight. After Chen Shang cut open, he saw that the crystal nucleus was like a stone on the side of the road. The strange thing is that the crystal nuclei of these two fruits are exactly the same, even the texture of the crystal nucleus, the particles on the crystal nucleus, etc., seem to be copied. The growth of red and blue different fruits is very strange. One seed can grow two trees. Two trees condense red and blue fruits respectively. The crystal nuclei inside the fruits of the two trees are exactly the same. Zillion said. Chen Shang wondered why Zillion said this to him. If the heart is soft, she must be surprised, because the red and blue different fruits are a very dangerous alchemy material. If the crystal nuclei inside the red and blue different fruits collide, a very strong explosion will occur. Zillion said. The power of the explosion can kill a weaker sub-clan. When Chen Shang looked at the two crystal nuclei in his hands couldn't help but tremble. Fortunately, he didn't touch the crystal nuclei together just now. You use this pill furnace to refine and watch. Said Yu Zilian, if you want to use red and blue different fruits to refine pill, you must first find a way to prevent the red and blue crystal nuclei from exploding when they collide, and then combine the two crystal nuclei. Energies merge together. Can't it explode? If it explodes, if the residual energy is inside the pill furnace, you can still continue to refine the pill. Chen Shang said. The pill furnace is completely enclosed, and there is a violent explosion inside, the pill furnace will not be able to withstand it. Said Zillion Yu, there is no pill furnace that can suppress the power of the red and blue crystal nuclei when they collide. Chen Shang thinks Ao Shi Shenlu can suppress it. But he can't use it in front of Zillion, she will see something. Sister Zillion, I want to see the power of the explosion when the two crystal nuclei collide. This can give me a deeper understanding of the red and blue different fruits. Chen Shang said. No, because the power is so powerful, I don't have such an environment in this altar. Zillion paused, and said, okay, let's go out, I will collide outside to show you. Chen Shang really wanted to see. If the power is great, for him, the main purpose is not to refine the pill to eat, but to refine the pill to go to the Yin people. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4394, Perceptual Law. Zillion took Chen Shang to the outside of the altar, then took the red and blue exotic fruit in Chen Zhang's hand and threw it towards the distance. Under her control, the red and blue fruits suddenly collided with each other after flying to a distance, and then produced a very violent explosion. Although it was an explosion on the sea, a huge wave was still set off. At the moment of the collision, a thick mist was also produced, which looked like a large amount of red and blue fire smoke colliding, forming a huge mushroom. The most frightening thing is that when the flash of light came out, Chen Shang only felt hot all over his body, the blood in his body accelerated, as if he was being burned, and his skin felt very burning, as if he was about to be scalded and peeled off. That's uncomfortable. It's a little closer, are you okay? When Zillion finished speaking, she gently waved her jade hand at Chen Shang, and a refreshing mist floated over Shen Zhang's body with a refreshing floral fragrance. All the discomforts just now disappeared suddenly, and Chen Shang only felt very comfortable and cool. Sister Zillion, are there really a lot of red and blue different fruits? Chen Shang was surprised. So, doesn't everyone in the Heavenly Nightmare universe have such a lethal thing? There are many, but not everyone can detonate it. Zillion said. When I ran out before, I injected a lot of nightmare power, and… Fu Yuanli, do you know what Qi Yuanli is? This, what is the endowment power? Chen Shang didn't pay attention to it just now. He didn't expect that the detonation of the red and blue fruits was conditional. I don't know too well. In short, there is a space inside my soul, and there is a pool inside the space. The bigger the pool, the more the empowerment. Then the higher the talent. It's also not clear what the specific purpose of empowerment is. Sister Zillion, do you need a lot of that kind of vitality to detonate the red and blue fruits? Chen Shang asked. It has to be heated. When I took it over, it was already heated. Of course, the greater the detonating power, the more vitality required. If you just make alchemy inside the pill furnace, the power is not as great as before. Yes, said Yu Zilian. Chen Shang breathed a sigh of relief. If he accidentally explodes while refining alchemy, the power will be as strong as before, which is indeed too scary. Just when Yan Zilian was about to take Chen Shang back to the interior of the altar, she suddenly stopped and then looked in one direction. Chen Shang also suddenly sensed a familiar aura. It was the Thunder King of Nightmare coming. The Nightmare Thunder King, what are you doing here? Before the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King landed on the altar, Yu Zilian used a powerful force to transmit the voice far away. King Pill, I have something important to come here, said the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare. Emperor Shao is here. He suddenly made a very important discovery. The Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King flew over while standing on top of the shuttle. He saw a young boy next to Zilian in the air. He felt very puzzled, but didn't ask much. Can't you say it on the sound transmission array? Zilian said coldly. She seemed to be very dissatisfied with the arrival of the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare. This matter is very important. Emperor Shao said he didn't want to be eavesdropped on. The Orc tribe can eavesdrop on our sound transmission array. After the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King finished speaking, he looked at Chen Shang. Come with me. Yan Zilian could only take the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare into the Purple Lotus altar to talk secretly. Zilian took the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King to a very spacious hall, and then let Chen Shang enter a room to wait for her. The King of Nightmare Thunder was not relieved, and took out a few charms and pasted them on Shen Zhang's door, fearing that Chen Shang would eavesdrop. He's just a kid, Yu Zilian said. Although I don't know what his relationship is with King Pill, Emperor Shao has instructed that when discussing this matter with you, make sure that this important matter is not leaked out. The Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare was very curious about why there would be a young boy attendant here, but he didn't dare to ask more, because he was afraid that Zilian would dislike him. When Chen Shang was in the room, he just casually tried his mind and eyes. He could penetrate the door, and he could hear the outside sound very clearly. For such an important matter, don't they plan to talk through divine sense voice transmission? Chen Shang asked in his heart. He also wanted to know any important news from Emperor Shao. King Pill, Emperor Shao suddenly realized the principles of practice in this universe not long ago. The principles of practice here are very strange, or, better than those of our Heavenly Nightmare universe, and more clear. Speaking of this, the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King was a little excited. What kind of practice rules? Yu Zilian asked. Could it be possible that the practice rules of Aoshi universe can make us surpass the 6 Fate Souls? The 6 Fate Souls have been in Aoshi universe for many years, and the laws here should have been mastered by him a long time ago. Right. No, the practice law of Aoshi universe was just born. The previous cultivation system here was left by the 6 Fate Soul races. Not long ago, Aoshi universe just conceived the practice rules, said the Thunder King of Nightmare. After Chen Shang heard this, his heart was shocked. Because of him, the 6 principles did appear, that is, the 6 principles of cultivation. I didn't expect that Emperor Shao would realize it so soon. Chen Shang thought that the person who was the emperor in the Heavenly Nightmare universe was just a false name, and he didn't expect that there was something. What kind of practice principle? I didn't realize it. Can you realize it? Asked Zilian Yan. Emperor Shao said, that's the 6 principles. 6 ways of cultivation. There are Soul Dao, Fu Dao, Life Dao, Heaven Dao, Demon Dao, and Alchemy Dao. Specifically, Emperor Shao hasn't realized it yet, said the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King. This shocked Chen Shang again. How did Emperor Shao realize it? You know, the 6 souls of life have always been controlled by Chen Shang. The 6 Fate Souls corresponding to the 6 laws are now being swallowed by Sister Xiaojing, completely controlled by Sister Xiaojing, and still in the 6 Gods' mirror. How could it leak out? Chen Shang had only told Shinru about the 6 paths of cultivation, but Shinru had signed a soul contract with Chen Shang, so she couldn't tell. Then there is only one possibility, that is, after the birth of the 6 paths of cultivation law, it will run in the entire Aoshi universe and then it will be realized by Emperor Shao. Chen Shang couldn't stop the law from spreading and running. In the Aoshi universe, a person with a strong soul can perceive and read the 6 principles of practice. At present, what kind of experience does Emperor Shao have on this 6-path practice? Zilian asked after thinking about it. He only knows that he has a very high cultivation base for Soul Dao and Fu Dao. Xiao Di said. He also said that if it is King Pill, the cultivation base of Pill Dao should be very high. Strange, why is there a pill? A cosmic law, isn't fate soul dominating? Why does the universe fate soul understand the pill path? What is this based on? Zillion was very puzzled. I don't know, so Emperor Shao hopes that you can have a lot of insights during this period, and see if you can have an insight into the alchemy of the 6 laws. Said the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare. I will try. Zillion nodded and said, Lei King, should you know this kind of thing by the Mad Emperor too? The orcs will surely realize it soon. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4395, Demon Power. I don't know if they have realized it. But this kind of thing, we must keep it secret. Said the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare. I will also retreat in silence during the next period of time to understand the 6 paths of cultivation. This is a practice law that suddenly appeared, which means that we in the 6 fate and soul races, at the same starting point, we must seize the opportunity. Got it. Yu Zillion nodded. Farewell, said the Thunder King of Nightmare, then looked at the room where Chen Shang was and waved away the talisman. Yu Zillion sent the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King out of the altar, and then hurriedly returned. Chen Shang hadn't really thought about why there is an elixir in the 6 paths of cultivation. He now thinks about it carefully, and thinks that the reason there is an elixir should be related to the birth of Aoshi universe. The reason why Aoshi universe could be formed was a pill made by Chen Shang at the beginning. I don't know what they can feel in the end. But anyway, I know the 6 ways of cultivation best, and I might be able to influence the operation of the entire 6 ways. Chen Shang only slightly felt that he was the one who created this universe. After all, the 6 destiny souls he created not long ago had a very significant impact on this universe. Whether it is the 6 fate soul races who have been fascinated by many universes for several years, or the creatures of the mighty Heavenly Nightmare universe, now in Aoshi Cosmos, he must follow his 6 principles of practice. Chen Shang, I will use the red and blue different fruits to refine a furnace of pill for you to see, and explain it in detail when refining, you must remember. Said Yan Zillion. Her cold voice seemed to be a little faster, she should be anxious to go to retreat to understand the 6 principles. I will remember. Chen Shang nodded. Yuan Zillion led Chen Shang into an alchemy room, and immediately began alchemy, and then explained all aspects, she said very carefully and clearly. Although Chen Shang listened, he did not intend to practice according to what Zillion said, because it was not suitable for him, and it was too cumbersome and required a long time. It took more than 10 hours for Zillion to condense the pill successfully. She was refining and explaining it at the same time, so it took a lot of time. She said that under normal circumstances, it only takes 7 hours to condense the pill. I'll give you this pill. Yu Zillion said, I'm going to retreat for a few days, and you will wait for me to get out. Yes, Sister Zillion. Chen Shang didn't say much, because he still knew the character of Zillion, and he didn't know her very well. Zillion left a lot of red and blue different fruits, so he hurried into the secret room to retreat. With regard to the 6 principles of practice, Sister Xiaojing will guide Chen Shang, so Chen Shang doesn't have to worry about it now. What he needs to do is to get as much energy as possible. Heavenly 9 Transformation Yuan Pill. There are Fu Yuan Power, Soul Yuan Power, and Heavenly Nightmare Yuan Power in it. Soul Yuan Power and Heavenly Nightmare Yuan Power are the most, and Yuan Power is the least. Chen Shang carefully observed this pill and found that it was quite good. If you add the Fu Yuan root crystal to refining, wouldn't it be better? All the 3 required elements are gathered. The Heavenly Nightmare Yuan Power should be the Heavenly Yuan Power. The Heavenly Yuan Power can affect the cultivation of the Heavenly Tao. Then, how can the cultivation of the Fate and Demon Way be improved? Chen Zhang's Tiandao cultivation base is not high, and Sister Xiaojing has not yet figured out how to improve Tiandao cultivation base. Shinru Yuan Dan has a lot of vitality, but there is no other vitality. When practicing, it's best to do it in multiple ways. Chen Shang immediately began to try, using the red and blue different fruits to refine the Heavenly Nightmare 9 turns Yuan pill. The biggest difficulty is to remove the special elemental force inside the red and blue different fruits. That elemental force is not repulsive, but it is easy to entangle each other and cause an explosion. The method of Zillion is to refine the red fruit alone first, and remove the special energy inside the red fruit through heating and various refining methods. Then perform the same steps on the blue fruit, and finally merge the medicinal energy of the red and blue fruit to condense the pill. It is very cumbersome and time-consuming to remove the special force. Chen Shang tried, and immediately gave up. Although the special vitality inside the red and blue exotic fruit is very small, I think this is the essence of the red and blue exotic fruit. How can we discard it? When Chen Shang went to refine Hongguo alone, he used his mind and eyes to observe and found that the special elemental power was extremely strange. The special energies inside the red and blue different fruits are intertwined to produce a very strong explosion. If you can suppress the bursting energy and condense it into a pill, this will be great. When Chen Shang made alchemy, he would definitely not take the usual path. If he only wants to refine the 9 transformation pill of Heavenly Nightmare, then he will be able to refine it soon according to what Zillion said, and it will be faster than Zillion. It may be able to condense the pill in 2 or 3 hours, or 2. But after he discovered that the special vitality inside the red and blue exotic fruit is very important, he decided to retain the special vitality to condense the pill. I want to refine 2 forms of pill. One can be eaten for cultivation, and the other can be used to bombard people. Chen Shang recalled the scene of the purple lotus detonating the red and blue fruits in his mind. If you can refine a lot of grains and use them to bombard people, don't feel too cool. That kind of special power, what kind of power is it? Chen Shang frowned and thought, theoretically, there are 6 principles of practice in Aoshi universe, and it should be the right way to divide the various powers. He can only release the 6 magic mirrors, and let the little mirror sister, the master of the 6 fate souls, perceive and perceive. Sister Jing, do things from the Heavenly Nightmare universe apply to the 6 principles? Chen Shang asked. Brother, the 6 laws are very powerful. Because Aoshi universe is a very large and very strong new universe. The 6 laws now also cover the Nightmare universe. Little Jing said, it is through those 2 space gates that cover the past. Can you do this? Chen Shang asked in surprise. Well, the special power inside the 2 fruits should be the demon power. Sister Xiao Jing felt it, and got the result immediately. Ah, Demon Yuan Li. Chen Shang was shocked. So, the refined pill can still affect the cultivation of Soul Dao, Fu Dao, and Heaven Dao. Why? Because within the fruit, there are Fu Yuan power, Soul Yuan power, and Tian Yuan power. Little Mirror said, but, it still has the most demon power, especially when the 2 demon powers are combined. Sister Jing, what kind of power is Demon Yuan Li? Chen Shang said. Brother, I haven't figured it out yet. There is too much information about the 6 principles. I will tell you when I figure it out. Little Mirror said, if you divide it according to the 6 principles, I should be considered a demon soul Dao. Aren't they the demon soul Dao just like Shen Zhenyi? Chen Shang was surprised again. She also said that the demon soul Dao was created by me at the beginning, I really don't feel it. Brother, hurry up and make alchemy. If you can make it, this pill must be very powerful. Sister Xiao Jing smiled. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4396, Analytical Force. Chen Shang didn't intend to use the Aoshi Shen furnace to refine. He believed that it would be difficult to succeed even if the Aoshi Shen furnace was not solved the most fundamental problem. In the process of refining the red and blue different fruits, it is a big challenge for Chen Shang to successfully condense the pill without removing those 2 demon element powers. It seems that the demon element power is a very important and powerful force. It seems that there is only one state of the demon element power, and the soul element power is the same. But there are many kinds of demon element power, such as the demon element power in the red and blue different fruits. Each is different. Chen Shang thought about the 2 demon element powers, and at the same time recalled how Zillion had detonated the crystal cores of the red and blue different fruits. The 2 crystal nuclei of the red and blue different fruits need to be heated, and then enough energy is injected into them respectively. In this way, the crystal nuclei of the 2 red and blue different fruits can fuse together very quickly, and explode instantly after fusion. If the demon elemental force absorbs the empowering elemental force, can it expand rapidly? Can it grow by itself? Chen Shang immediately extracted the demon element power from a crystal core, and then injected it into the primordial force. Sure enough, the demon element power grew very quickly. To use an analogy, that bit of demon elemental power was originally a seed, but after injecting the elemental power, it could take root and sprout instantly, and then blossom and bear fruit. This growth rate is too fast. Chen Shang was secretly surprised, and then thought of the Demon Soul Girl Kingdom. The Demon Soul Girl Kingdom cultivates the Demon Soul Dao. Do they naturally know how to use the demon element power? They should also have the element power. Shen Zhenyi has a soul gift herself. At this time, Chen Shang felt that Demon Yuan Li was very strange. I don't know if the power of heavenly Tao and fate Tao can also absorb the power of the primordial essence or the soul of the soul. Chen Shang now knows a lot about the 6 principles of practice. Heaven, fate, and demon Tao, do they need to absorb energy to produce a response? The soul power of the soul or the power of the Tao should be able to react with the power of the heaven, fate, and demon. So what about the alchemy? What is the power of the alchemy? Chen Shang was very curious about Dan Dao now. He wanted to ask Sister Xiao Jing, but Sister Xiao Jing was probably also digesting the information of 6 Tao fate souls. Continue alchemy. Chen Shang immediately returned to the topic. He is now going to refine the red and blue fruit into a pill. If he continues to study the 6 principles of cultivation, he will be addicted to it. The difficulty is how the 2 crystal nuclei of the red and blue different fruits can be gently merged together. Chen Shang knew that the heavenly refining technique could not help him complete the difficult problems he encountered right now, so he needed to improve and add new refining methods. If he succeeds in overcoming it, then the heavenly refining technique will be improved again, then he will face the same problem in the future, and then use the heavenly refining technique to easily complete it. Wait, I made a mistake before. All the elemental powers of the 6 realms should be able to react to each other. I just thought that the demon road, the heavenly road, and the life road require the addition of the soul road and the soul road to produce the original power, reaction. Chen Shang thought for a while, if he did what he thought before, then the 6-path practice principle would be too small. If the 6 elemental forces can react to each other, carry out a variety of arrangements, and reflect different energy forms, then there are many possibilities. Even the 6 Tao and 6 elemental powers can react at the same time. That should be the strongest form, that is, the 6 powers. Is this really the case? The 6 principles are so esoteric. Chen Shang thought for a while, immediately extracted a little bit of demon element power from the crystal core, and then injected soul element power. After the soul power was injected, the demon power didn't even react. No response. Did I understand it wrong again? Chen Shang frowned, then got up and went to the door of Zillion, and knocked on the door lightly. Is there anything? Zillion's voice came out. Sister Zillion, there will be a reaction when the energy is injected into the crystal core, and the energy of the soul is injected into it. Why there is no other reaction? Chen Shang asked. For this kind of thing, the alchemist of the heavenly nightmare universe must have conducted research. The special vitality inside the crystal core can disperse the energy of the soul, but you didn't find it. Said Zillion, Chen Shang, you just need to refine the 9 transformation pill of heavenly nightmare according to my method. Now you practice it first, and then study the others. Yu Zillion naturally knew that Chen Shang was playing with the crystal nucleus, and she could also understand it, because as long as she was an alchemist, when she first came into contact with the red and blue fruit, she would have this kind of curious idea of AA exploration. Thank you Sister Zillion for your advice. Chen Shang immediately returned to the alchemy room. Soul vitality will dissipate, Chen Shang thought. Sister Zillion should have tried it. If the soul vitality and primordial force are used to infuse the red and blue fruits, the soul vitality is dissipated, leaving only the primordial force. There will still be a reaction of expansion and growth. What Chen Shang wanted was not this kind of reaction, what he wanted was the kind of reaction that could expand and grow, but would not produce annihilation after colliding with other demon element forces. No way, Chen Shang could only call Sister Xiao Jing. Sister Jing, there is a problem in my alchemy. You are the soul of the 6 fate, and the problem I face is related to the 6 principles of practice. Chen Shang said. That's okay, tell me. I might be able to make it clear. Sister Xiao Jing said. The 6 fate soul messages I received are very complicated. If you tell me the problems I have encountered, I might be able to follow them. Find out from the messy information. Chen Shang understood that after Sister Xiao Jing merged the 6 life souls, she was equivalent to acquiring a lot of disorderly memories, and she couldn't sort out orderly information by herself. However, if Chen Shang asked her, then she would be able to find out from those memories. Chen Shang talked about his conjectures about the 6 elements of the 6 realms. Brother, your subsequent guess is correct. The 6 elemental powers can indeed react to each other. In some cases, special conditions are needed to react. Little Mirror said. Yes, Sister Zillion said before that the crystal core needs to be heated to fuse or something. Chen Shang nodded. The demon elemental power is quite special, so what kind of reaction conditions are required for different demon elemental powers? This requires a deep perception of it. Little Mirror's sister said. Chen Shang took out the 2 crystal nuclei, put them in the 6 magic mirrors, and gave them to Sister Xiaojing. Brother, these 2 demon elemental powers need to be heated, and then they can quickly absorb the energy. Then the 2 demon elemental powers can be entangled with each other, reflecting a huge amount of energy. Sister Xiaojing said. I just sensed that it was the demon power, but I didn't get so much information now. Really? Why do you know so much now? Chen Shang asked. It may be because of you, brother. What you realize will affect me afterwards, and it can inspire me to grasp the key points from the memory of the 6 souls of life. Sister Xiaojing said. Okay, Chen Shang smiled. It seems that to understand the 6 principles of practice, I myself have to participate in it. Brother, you have to come on next. If you can make a pill that has never appeared in the Aoshi universe, and contains very powerful energy, you can improve your alchemy cultivation. Little Jing said. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4397, I succeeded. Chen Shang had always wondered how to improve his alchemy, but now that Sister Xiaojing said, he finally knew it, and only thought it was amazing. Sister Jing, how do you use the power of the alchemy? Chen Shang said. My alchemy is at the 15th level, right? How does this help the alchemist? The higher the cultivation base of the alchemy, the higher the affinity for medicinal materials and the higher the quality when refining alchemy. Little Jing said, the pill strength of the alchemy is very special, and you should be able to use it. How about, you try it? Feel it. Yeah, I have never tried it. Chen Shang went to try right away. He thought it would take some time, but he soon sensed Dan Yuanli. Pill element power can easily absorb demon element power, soul element power, celestial element power, primordial energy and life element power. What is going on? After Chen Shang tried a little bit, he also sensed the vitality of the fate of life and the heavens of the heaven. Brother, then you have to figure out how to use the pill energy to make this pill. Sister Xiaojing smiled. If you don't understand, discuss with me again. Chen Shang continued to ponder that Sister Xiaojing couldn't help him with this kind of thing, because she didn't practice alchemy. Sister Jing, under what conditions does the demon element power inside the red fruit crystal core react with the soul element power? Chen Shang asked. The red fruit crystal core absorbs the soul element power, and the blue fruit crystal core absorbs the energy. Together, maybe it won't produce that kind of devastating reaction as the red fruit crystal core's demon power. I will test it. Little Mirror said, I am also the 6th life soul, I should be able to measure the reaction conditions. After some tests by Sister Xiaojing, Chen Shang waited for more than an hour and finally got the result. Frozen. Red fruit or blue fruit crystal cores need to be frozen to a certain level before they can absorb soul element power. Little Jing said, Brother, the crystal core is full of demon element power. If you want to freeze the demon element power, ordinary freezing power won't work. Hey, I know, I want to use the heavenly power of heaven to condense the power of the cold attribute. This is a piece of cake for Chen Shang. What makes him a little regretful is that the heavenly Tao cultivation base is only level 5, which is really too low. Although heavenly Tao is only tier 5, the Tianyuan power urged by Chen Shang can make the ice become even colder. He can even directly transform the Tianyuan power into ice-cold power to directly freeze the crystal core of the red fruit. While he was freezing, he injected soul power into it until he had an obvious reaction, indicating that he was frozen to a certain extent. After more than 2 hours of tossing like this, he finally succeeded. The demon element power inside the red fruit crystal core finally reacted with the soul element power. This reaction shocked Chen Shang. The demon element power inside Hongguo is also madly expanding and growing. Although the crystal core has not grown, the quality of the internal demon element power has improved a lot, and it is self-compressing and evolving, and the growth rate is faster than when it reacts with the empowerment force. Wait, if I heat the demon elemental force inside the crystal core now, will I be able to incorporate the elemental energy? After Chen Shang thought about it, he was secretly excited, and then immediately started. The heating is very simple, but Chen Shang still used the Tianyuan force to release the flame to heat it up. After heating up, he injected the energizing force into it, and it really reacted. The crystal nucleus also changed color and became black. The crystal nucleus of the red fruit is red, and after 2 days of ice and fire by Chen Shang, it turned into black. Chen Shang put this crystal core aside, and then proceeded with the blue fruit crystal core, using the same method, first freezing and injecting the soul element force to react, and then heating and injecting the element force to react. The blue fruit crystal nucleus finally turned white. Chen Shang grabbed the black and white crystal nuclei with his left and right hands. What shocked him was that the two crystal nuclei actually produced a force of attraction, and he could clearly feel that the two crystal nuclei were about to fly towards each other. He extracted a little bit of the elemental power after the internal reaction of the crystal nucleus, and wanted to fuse them, and found that they couldn't fuse at all. Yes, inject my pill strength. At the same time, reheat, then the inner strength can be controlled by me, and the pill will be condensed. Chen Shang injected a lot of pill energy, and then put them into the pill furnace. After that, two kinds of red and blue different fruit are added, and the flame is injected to heat the interior of the Dan furnace. Finally, the black and white crystal nuclei merged smoothly into a black and white pill. Successful, Chen Shang said with a smile, and then told Sister Xiaojing the good news, and at the same time tested it for Sister Xiaojing. After inspection, it was discovered that this pill contained demon element power, soul element power, and primordial power, and the most demon element power. Soul yuan power and fu yuan power are second, and then there is a little tian yuan power. Good fellow, the 4-6 kinds of vitality, Chen Shang secretly exclaimed. Brother, if you can integrate fu yuan zhen jing into it, then the yuan power will be even more. Xiaojing's sister laughed. The pill soul can be produced by refining with the proud god furnace, then the soul yuan power and the yuan power will be produced. There will be more. It is already so powerful before refining with the Ao Shi Shen furnace, and Chen Shang is looking forward to using the Ao Shi Shen furnace to refine it. Brother, after this pill is heated, you can inject the demon elemental power again, maybe it can detonate. Sister Xiaojing said. I just extracted a little of the elemental power of this pill for testing, so I can see it roughly. Quote. I have to try it later, and I don't know how powerful it is. Chen Shang said, by the way, do you want me to let Sister Zillion know that I am so powerful? Sister Zillion is not bad, let her know that there should be no problem. Sister Xiaojing said. Just say, you hit by mistake and tried to get it out indiscriminately. Yes, Chen Shang patted his thigh and laughed. I want to get her favor now before I can steal her mysterious pill. By the way, brother, your alchemy cultivation base has been improved, and it is now at the 17th level. Sister Xiaojing smiled. If you eat that pill, your demon cultivation base may also be improved. Really, it's improved like this? Chen Shang laughed and said, it doesn't seem to be that difficult. My alchemy is now the highest. Soul Dao and Fu Dao are only 16. Chen Shang didn't eat the pill that he had just refined. He was also afraid of what would happen after eating it, so he planned to wait for Zillion to come out and let her take a look. He came to the door of Zillion's closed chamber and waited there quietly. Not a day after he tossed the red and blue different fruits, he came up with that black and white pill. At this moment, Zillion is still struggling to perceive and comprehend, wanting to understand the 6 principles of practice. Chen Shang, what's the matter? Zillion's cold voice came from the secret room. Sister Zillion, did I bother you? Go ahead, I'll wait for you to exit. Chen Shang said. I'm just comprehending something, it's not cultivation. Zillion said, I haven't made any progress. What problems have you encountered? Sister Zillion, I didn't practice as you said, you won't blame me. Chen Shang whispered. Is there a big problem? Is it hurt? It doesn't matter, the alchemist shouldn't follow the rules, you want to jump out of the inherent alchemy to try, this is a good thing. On the contrary, Zillion was a little appreciative of this, and her tone was not so cool. Where is the failure? Let's talk about it, I won't blame you, and you don't have to feel sad because of the failure. This, Sister Zillion, I didn't fail, I succeeded. I succeeded very smoothly, Chen Shang said. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4398, Dan Go. Zillion heard this, she was stupid. Chen Shang didn't practice according to her method, but he was able to succeed, and the speed was so fast. It is very difficult to make alchemy with red and blue different fruits. In the Tianmao universe, some alchemists can make alchemy with a higher level than the Heavenly Nightmare 9 transformation pill, but they cannot make alchemy with red and blue fruits. Even Zillion's method of refining the Heavenly Nightmare 9 transformation pill was discovered by herself after many years, and she had never spread it to others. The reason she wanted to teach Chen Shang was because she saw Chen Xiang's talent, and Chen Shang was still a soft-hearted person. However, Chen Shang didn't use her alchemy to refine it. He also tossed out the alchemy to refine red and blue fruits. This is too genius. Yu Zillion previously suspected that Chen Shang was the reincarnation of an old fellow, but now she no longer thinks so, because even the old alchemy with rich experience in alchemy, they do not refining medicinal materials that they have never touched before. May be able to create a new pill so quickly. AA and Chen Shang can do it, it shows that he is really talented. Zillion can't wait to rush out immediately, but after all, she is the Heavenly Night Pill King, so she can't let a young boy see her gaff. She was in retreat, but now she opened the door and walked out. Chen Shang still couldn't see her face, but she could feel her pace a little faster. Because Zillion had always had an elegant gait before, matching her body shape, it was pleasing to see, so Chen Shang also paid special attention. He has a keen sense of things. Now when Zillion walks out, he can feel it because the pace is a little faster. It seems she is quite surprised. Chen Shang secretly said in his heart. What kind of pill have you made? Can you show me? Zillion's speech speed has also become faster, and she has become a little gentler. Here, Chen Shang handed the black and white pill to Zillion, and said, Sister Zillion, you can help me see how this pill is doing. Seeing the black and white pill, Zillion's first reaction was that this pill was not made from red and blue different fruits. However, when she took it over, she immediately sensed the very strong characteristics of red and blue different fruits, especially the breath of special vitality. Her heart beats suddenly. There are so many ways to make alchemy with red and blue different fruits, all of which were created by several famous alchemists in Tianma universe, and Zillion is one of them. None of them can save the special power of the red and blue different fruits to make alchemy. And they have been trying to solve this problem for many years, but no alchemist has ever succeeded. The special vitality inside the red and blue different fruit crystal cores contains a lot of energy. How could the alchemists like Zillion and others not know? But they can only remove that part of the energy every time, otherwise they cannot be used for alchemy. Now, this problem that has plagued many alchemists in the Tianma universe has been solved by Chen Shang. The most shocking thing to Zillion is that Chen Shang hasn't used it for a long time. What kind of talent is this? What was Chen Shang thinking when he was practicing alchemy? Zillion couldn't help asking herself. Zillion suddenly regretted going to retreat. If you watch Chen Shang alchemy by the side, you might be able to learn more. Yes, she thinks she has no qualifications to teach Chen Shang. What she can do is probably to provide Chen Shang with medicinal materials and talk about what kind of pills can be made. Can you still make another pill of the same? Zillion wanted to eat it, but worried that Chen Shang would never make it again. Sometimes, alchemy is also a matter of luck, and sometimes I don't know what's going on, and it is inexplicably successful in condensing alchemy. But then they couldn't make the same alive and dead, so they had to give up in the end. Of course, I can start now. Chen Shang smiled, he really wanted to try it again. Okay, let's start now. Zillion was secretly excited, because she would be able to see how Chen Shang refined it immediately. Chen Shang and Yan Zillion entered the alchemy room and immediately began alchemy. At the beginning, he took out the crystal nucleus inside the red and blue exotic fruit. The special power inside the crystal core, if it is not exiled, what should I do? Zillion's tone became very soft at the moment, as if he was humbly asking for advice. Cold treatment. Chen Shang said. The special power inside the crystal core has a great effect. It can be integrated into the soul power, but it needs to be cold to a certain stage before the soul power can be integrated. You asked me before that the special elemental energy inside the crystal nucleus did not respond to the absorption of the soul power. I told you that it was because the crystal nucleus dissipated the soul power. You did not give up, but found a way to absorb the special elemental power. The power of the soul. Yan Zillion sighed softly. Sister Zillion, you guys have tried to cool the crystal core before? Chen Shang asked. Yes. I have tried many attempts over the years to make the crystal nucleus absorb the soul energy, but I have never succeeded. Zillion said, why, you can succeed. Because it needs to be cold to a certain degree. Chen Shang laughed, and then mobilized the power of Tian Yuan to mobilize the power of ice cold. Zillion also felt the strong icy cold power, it was indeed somewhat different, and it could quickly cool down the crystal nucleus. It seems that there is a certain mystery in this step. Zillion whispered. I have been cooling down for a long time before, but I didn't succeed. Why is that? Chen Shang didn't understand that the power of the nightmare is actually a kind of power of the sky, and logically speaking, the icy power that urges it should be enough. After cooling down, Chen Shang injects soul power, then heats up, and then injects vital power. As a result, the crystal nucleus began to change color and became black. Seeing this step, Zillion probably knows how to refine it next. The same is true for the crystal nucleus of the other fruit. After processing, put the black and white crystal core into the pill furnace, and then put the previous fruit pulp to condense the pill. Every next step of Chen Shang was completed very quickly. With previous experience, he now condenses pill faster, and he can refine a pill in just over an hour. Sister Zillion, you're done, you can try it. Chen Shang laughed and said, I will try one too. The purple lotus can now be eaten with confidence, because Chen Shang has completely mastered the method of making this pill. She was in a daze at the moment, she needed several times as long as Chen Shang to refine the Heavenly Nightmare 9 transformation pill. The pill that Chen Shang refined was much more difficult than hers, but it only took more than an hour. This is really an alchemy wizard. After Zillion ate it, she immediately felt the various vital forces disperse in her body. At this time, her mind suddenly seemed to flash like a flash of light, which made her grasp something. She immediately closed her eyes and sat on the ground to comprehend it. It seems that because of eating the pill, she touched the illusory 6 rules. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4399, The Past of King Dan. Chen Shang also opened his mind and eyes, and could vaguely see 6 looming silk threads connected to the body of Yan Zillion. She realized the 6 laws. Chen Shang was surprised secretly, and then continued to observe. He can see that the color of the 6 silk threads are all white, but one of them is relatively large, and he secretly sensed it, with strong demon attributes. That pill has a lot of demon power, so it inspired her to perceive the demon way. Chen Shang secretly wondered, then immediately contacted the little mirror sister and told her about it. Brother, it should be the first time she has come into contact with the 6 laws. According to my understanding, the first time she comes into contact with the 6 laws, she will awaken her Dao kind. Little mirror sister said, she might awaken the demon Dao kin. But she mainly cultivates alchemy, soul, and Fu Dao. Chen Shang said. That was her original practice. Now she is under the 6 paths of cultivation law, so she has started from scratch. Sister Xiao Jing said, if she cultivates the demon way, it won't affect other ways. It can be like this. Chen Shang frowned and said, will it affect her in the future? I thought that she mainly cultivates the Tao of alchemy and the Tao of soul Fu. Brother, I was the strongest person who wanted to practice 6 realms. Sister Xiao Jing smiled, but for most creatures, they are at most 3 or 4 realms. Moreover, one major is also can drive other Taoists. For example, it is possible to bring forth Fu Dao by cultivating the soul, and if you refine the alchemy again, you can also bring up the alchemy Dao. Little mirror said. It seems that I am a stranger. Chen Shang laughed. You have 6 life souls, you must be practicing 6 ways. And your cultivation can be more casual, you don't need to deliberately cultivate anything. Little Jing said. So, shall I talk to her about the 6 principles of cultivation? Chen Shang also wanted to give pointers to Zillion. Well, it depends on the situation. Sister Xiao Jing said. Anyway, don't let her think that you know you well. Chen Shang is also thinking about how to talk to Zillion about the 6 principles. If she sees the hope of becoming stronger, then she will not want to die with her enemies. If you can win over the Heavenly Night Pill King Rang Zillion, plus Shinru, the Great Princess, then these are the 2 great tool men who can easily push the Life Soul Palace and the 6 sacred gates. Chen Shang continued to use Shinmingyan to observe Zillion. Zillion has entered the realm of selflessness at this moment, she has no external awareness at all, and she has completely put down her guard. So, the soft glow covering her face gradually faded, and Chen Shang saw her face. After seeing her face, Chen Shang was shocked. Her appearance is exactly the same as Shinru. Zillion is older than Shinru, and even older than Shinru's father, the King of Thunder. Zillion is very old. So I can't say that Zillion is like Shinru, but why does Shinru look the same as Zillion? What the **** is going on? Is there a connection between Sister Shinru and Sister Zillion? Or is it that Sister Zillion deliberately became like Sister Shinru? Chen Shang thought of Shinru. She was considered half a Zillion, because her soul had been severely damaged, and Zillion used part of her soul to help repair it. Because of seeing Yan Zillion's appearance, Chen Shang was distracted. When he recovered, he also found that Yan Zillion had condensed a demon species in his body. Although is a small white seed, Chen Shang can clearly perceive that it is a demon power when he looks at it carefully. Zillion opened her eyes and found that her facial disguise had disappeared. Chen Shang, are you surprised when you see my face? Zillion did not cover her face with white soft light again. It's exactly the same as Sister Shinru. Chen Shang whispered. Sister Zillion, I will sign a soul contract with you, and I will never tell you about it. No, I can trust you. Zillion sighed softly. Actually, Shinru is another me. The other you. Chen Shang said in surprise, but she is the daughter of the King of Thunder. I hate the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare, do you know why? Zillion asked and replied, the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare has many wives, and one of them is my good friend. She suffers when she is tender-hearted. She was seriously injured and could not save the fetus, because she was in a very bad condition at the time. If she was hit, she would most likely go to extremes. So, you helped her to have a baby. The way is to use your soul, and part of the flesh and blood, condensing a small fetus in her belly. Chen Shang immediately guessed. Yes, I pretended to help her heal, and I did it quietly at that time. Zillion said, this is because the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare didn't protect her well, and that's why she was injured. Later, she was also injured. People from the 6th clan of Life Soul were killed. That's it. Sister Shinru told me that she had been seriously injured and was rescued by you. Chen Shang said again. Yes, that time, I gave her another part of the soul. It affected her character. In fact, she is becoming more and more like me. Maybe because she is a clone, so subconsciously, I also hope to have more clones. Yan Zillion said. But Sister Shinru is still Sister Shinru now, she still has an independent personality. Chen Shang said, as long as you don't take it back, right? Yes, Yan Zillion said, so I can't let her see me. If she knows the truth, I am worried, she will not accept this fact. Chen Shang felt that Shinru was very easy to accept. He had already told Shinru before that she was very likely to be Zillion. Shinru admired Zillion very much, so she didn't have any particularly resisting emotions at the time. Sister Zillion, I think you should confess to her. Chen Shang said. Then keep her personality and be commensurate with her sisters. Isn't that enough? I feel that you lack affection, so you might as well treat her as like your little sister. Can she accept it? Zillion took out the mirror, looked at her face, and said, the method I used to create the clone was not good, otherwise she wouldn't look the same as me. I think she can accept it. Chen Shang smiled. She admires you very much. Or, let me talk to her about this, how about? Zillion is hesitating, she is worried that it will irritate Shinru. Chen Shang, is your relationship with Shinru very good? How good is it? Yan Zillion suddenly looked at Chen Shang and said, I always feel that your relationship is very close and you trust each other. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4400, Heart Soft Purple Lotus. Sister Zillion, why do you feel this? Chen Shang gave a ha-ha, waved his hand and smiled. Sister Shinru and I do trust each other because we trust each other. And she also takes care of me. Quote. Shinru can bring you here. This means that she trusts you very much. Yu Zillion said, and then took out a large sound transmission array and said, I will contact her now. Chen Shang felt that the goal of his trip was almost reached. Yu Zillion has now cultivated a demon species, and saw the hope of becoming stronger, so she would not want to die with her enemy. There is also an unexpected gain, that is, she and Shinru spread out, which is very helpful to Shinru. Chen Shang was very sure, Shinru didn't mind that she was a clone of Zillion. Because when Chen Shang said that she was half a Zillion, she didn't have strong mood swings. Shinru, come here, I have important things to discuss with you. After the sound transmission array was turned on, Zillion passed her voice. Soon, Shinru's voice also came. Sister Zillion, what's the matter? Did Brother Shen get into trouble? He is still a child and may be reckless in some places. Don't blame him. Shinru seemed to be anxious and said hurriedly. Chen Shang was right beside him, rolled his eyes and smiled. Sister Shinru, am I just a naive child in your eyes? It's not about Chen Shang. Is it convenient for your deity to come here now? Yu Zillion said. I just realized some practice experience, I want to discuss with you, maybe it will be helpful to you. Okay, I'll be over right away. Shinru was suddenly a little happy. She thought this might be the reason for Chen Shang, so she got Zillion closer to her. After closing the sound transmission array, Chen Shang was also more relieved. As long as his heart is soft and Zillion recognizes each other, he will achieve his goal by then. The next step is how to make good use of these two tools and teach them how to do things. Chen Shang, do you know the 6 principles of cultivation? After turning off the sound transmission array, Zillion looked at Chen Shang and asked. What is this? Can you tell me? Chen Shang pretended not to know. Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King told her not to tell her, but she still chose to tell Chen Shang, mainly because she thought that Chen Zhang's savvy and talented were extremely high, and he might know the 6 principles of practice better than her. Then Zillion told Chen Shang what she knew about the 6 principles of practice. Chen Shang, the pill you made with the red and blue different fruits is not the Heavenly Nightmare 9 transformation pill. That is a brand new pill. You can have this ability to create new pill, then you can say to the 6 paths of practice. Uncertainty also has a lot of sentiment. Yuan Zillion said. By the way, Sister Zillion, that kind of pill hasn't been named yet. Chen Shang grinned and said, since Sister Zillion taught me to refine it, it's called Heavenly Nightmare Purple Lotus Pill. This. Zillion was startled, looking surprised. Sister Zillion, will this reveal your name? Chen Shang scratched his head and smiled when he saw Zillion's seal. I'm sorry, I didn't consider this level. No, it's okay, Yan Zillion said with emotion. You named it after me. It's a great honor for me. Ah, why do you say that? Chen Shang didn't think there was anything. In Heavenly Nightmare Universe, when an alchemist creates an unprecedented pill, he is named after his own name. This way he can be famous for eternity and make himself famous in all directions. Said Yan Zillion. It turns out that it's like this, I don't think it's anything. Chen Shang waved his hand and smiled. I have created a lot of dans, and I have never named them after my own name. By the way, Chen Shang, you have listened to the 6 principles of practice I said, do you have any opinions? Asked Zillion Yan. Well, I don't know yet, because I haven't been exposed to the 6 principles of practice. Otherwise, I will go to retreat now to see if I have any insights. Chen Shang said. Okay, Shinru should be coming soon too, I will talk to her secretly later. Yu Zillion nodded, and then pointed to a secret room to Chen Shang. Chen Shang went in immediately and took out the talisman. Shinru was sending a message to him and asking, Brother Shen, what did Sister Zillion want to do with me? Have you succeeded? But it's too fast. Sister Shinru, I didn't get that pill. But, your Sister Zillion shouldn't go looking for a short sight. Chen Shang said with a smile, she is looking for you, there is indeed a very important thing. Tell me, Shinru said with excitement, Sister Zillion really doesn't plan to fight her enemies. That's great. Sister Shinru, you are the clone of Sister Zillion. But you have an independent personality. Chen Shang said, she is looking for you now, just to tell you about this. I asked her to tell you. Yes, so she won't have to avoid you in the future, and she can still treat you as a sister. Huh, Shinru was surprised. Sister Shinru, she never talked to you about this before. I was afraid that you would be stimulated. Chen Shang smiled. I don't think you are like a person who can be stimulated so easily, so I let her talk to you. You confess this. Well, I was really prepared for it. You told me that I was half of her, then I was enlightened. Shinru sighed softly, Brother Shen, thank you for enlightening her. Sister Shinru, after you come, she will tell you something. Chen Shang said, it's good for you. I'll be there soon. Shinru has speeded up and rushed over, let's see you later. Chen Shang was in the secret room, closing his eyes sternly, to comprehend the 6 principles of practice. He had to try it himself to see how he could get his soul into contact with the 6 principles of practice, otherwise he couldn't talk to Zillion about it. Shinru had already arrived at the Zillion altar, and Zillion had been waiting for her outside long ago. Because Chen Shang told Shinru in advance, she pretended not to know anything, and then followed Yan Zillion into a room. In the room, Yu Zillion dispelled the soft light covering her face, revealing her face. Although Shinru knew that Zilian was her deity, she was still shocked because Chen Shang had never told her that Zilian looked exactly like her. Sister Zilian, you. Shinru was surprised. I am you, Shinru, you are actually my clone. When your mother was pregnant, the fetus died in her womb. I was afraid that she could not stand the shock, and then I used the clone technique to fake a small fetus. My clone technique was not smart enough at the time, so I couldn't distinguish clones with different appearances. Yang Zillion said directly about the cause of the incident. Do you like this site? Donate here.